I've been ready.
All right, we are live. I know you just sit over there and be quiet.
It's just you two in a bar.
Just hanging out. Hey everybody, welcome back to Legendary Action. We are happy to be back, I think. I mean, right? We're pretty enthused.
Yeah, we're pretty good.
been a while.
We're pretty good.
Yeah, we're losing people.
We have
It's
people
okay.
who are sick.
Woo!
And so we had to take some break.
Your bard died.
Yeah, our bard had a rough illness that he's still kind of shaking off.
Yeah, it's actually
He's
still in
no
the
longer-
bottom of my
he's no longer
voice.
contagious. That's what all that matters.
Yeah, now that we have another guy now gone.
Yeah,
Who's
sick
sat
as
next
well.
to you probably last week at some point. Coincidence?
I think not.
I know,
Thank God.
coincidence. Either way, we appreciate everybody coming back to watch, checking us out. We're going to get right back into it tonight as soon as we can. But first, we are going to, once again, remind everybody that we are still working towards that 500 follower giveaway for the limited edition D&D Core 5e Core Rulebook set. And the miniatures. We have a bunch of miniatures that we printed out for everybody. So you're going to get dice, you're going to get the minis, and you're going to get the books so that you can just start playing. You can build a little encounter and get your players rolling, get yourself rolling right away. And yeah, it's good times. I think they look cool. Minis came out really well.
Yeah, they did.
It'll be something that'll help everybody out on their adventure.
They're primed but not painted. You don't paint them yourself. All right. It's extra work. we all have enough to paint and do it as it is.
No, they're a clan of gray kobolds. Special gray kobolds. They live in the darkness, so pigment doesn't matter.
Ignore that person.
Ignore the kobold chain to the computer.
Yeah.
He has no sense.
Hey, kobolds!
But that being said, we're happy to get back. Happy to get back into the game and get moving again. So I mean, yeah, we all had a long couple weeks.
That we did.
We're ready.
We had Endgame, which was fantastic.
Hi, Revenge Cube.
Yeah, and then we
Watching
had
from afar.
Hello,
You know,
I miss you.
stuff.
We miss you.
Game of Thrones.
Game was
Packed weekend.
Packed weekend.
Packed weekend. It was
Yeah.
great.
It was a great weekend.
Actually,
Yeah,
it was
it was
actually a fantastic weekend.
Yeah.
I can't.
And then for Amanda and I, we had Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 2 start
Yeah.
this Sunday.
Oh shit.
We're happy for that. I like Attack on Titan. It's a good show. I like watching people get eaten by giants. It's fun.
Dun, 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 dun. Nom, 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 nom.
What wall are they on now?
Yeah, I don't know.
What
They're
defense?
trying to take back World Trust.
So
No.
is that
Go
what?
back.
Is that wall 47?
Oh, Maria.
Foolish.
Wall 47?
Foolish.
46?
It's foolish.
Foolish.
Foolish fools. Yeah, foolish fools.
And other cool enemies were out too.
Yeah, I've been enjoying One Punch Man Season 2 so far.
It's been-
You getting into it?
Yeah, I did watch it. Cool. I had to
I know
stop.
you did.
I remember because we talked about it, but it's been really it's been a great weekend and like a long couple days too. So I was like confused. I was like, did I do that? I was like, yeah, I did.
So many
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, I watched it without you this week. I was like, yeah, I'm just going to watch it. I'm not going to wait for Mike.
Yeah, I think,
I'm not going to go drag him out of his room, whatever he's doing.
I think the only thing I watched pretty much
Oh, that's
all
what I
week was the Sonic review because I'm just so hyped for it. I'm just
Yeah.
ooh, I'm
It's
so
all
ready.
about
Well, there's more of a
Dr.
reason to
Robotnik.
get hyped because they're fixing it.
What?
Yep.
Yeah,
No,
they're fixing it.
silly
Sonic.
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sonic is getting fixed.
Yeah, he's getting fixed from
He
that
should look
abomination.
normal. He should look normal. Look like the cartoon.
No, see, that thought line right there where you said he should look normal is probably what led them to the abomination.
Because he looks like
what
an
you
actual
mean is
normal
he should
hedgehog.
look like he does in the games.
He should have a proportionate
I'm scared to see what Tails would look like with that.
They didn't reveal any other characters.
Yeah, because they were terrifying.
Yeah, they
Only
should probably go
Dr.
back.
Robotnik.
Yeah, they should. Listen, Paramount, you should probably go back to the drawing board on any of the other supporting cast characters that you may or may not have already produced. Because if Tails looks all fucked up just like Sonic does, people are still going to be upset.
I saw the greatest meme ever. It showed Sonic, and then it showed Tails, and it's like the crackhead Pikachu that's all like furred messed up, and it showed the third one is Wakandan Knuckles. And I was like, it fits.
But I don't know why they just didn't do an animated movie. What's up with the real actors in this? And somebody was like, hey, Detective Pikachu looks great. or they're going to do it this way. We should do it this way too. It's like not everything translates well into the medium.
I think a Kirby
Even
movie would be
Pokemon
good.
still terrify me.
Yeah.
It's based off of cool artists.
Yeah, we know.
I know. I've seen his
cool.
Dragon Ball Z work, and my nightmares are still haunted with that.
It's pretty
It's great, but like, oh my god.
Is that the same the God of War dude that does the Smash Brothers characters?
The super high realism ones, yeah.
That's
the same,
dope.
Same guy. He does all of it. He made a hyper realistic SpongeBob and Patrick, and yeah, Patrick will haunt my nightmares.
Mm-hmm. Either
Kirby.
way, Paramount.
Sometimes the dreams
If
are
Tails
what
is
they
in the
see.
movie at the end, fucking
Reality
fix it.
is often disappointing.
Right.
If anyone's going to be in it,
Heroes.
it's going to be Shadow.
It grounds it, and I think it takes out a lot from what makes the video games so unique. We have this like other world, and it's like, okay, well, we have this. If they're trying to ground it in this real world, and now Sonic's like this alien and stuff, it's like, oh, what does that mean for like the rest of the series? And like, what's? I guess we'll figure out what the made up importance of rings is, and
Yeah, they go
all
around
this
the Paramount,
stuff.
that's it.
It's like,
No, he's going to go to a gas station and hear when they ring up everything, it's going to be a Sonic ring, and he's going to be like, what the fuck? Because it sounds like Sonic rings.
His whole goal is now to get the rings from.
We're gonna get a forest running montage that's gonna be like an ode to fucking Green Hill Zone 1 watch, section 1 watch. They're gonna be like, yeah, we know we're not gonna put in all the classic stuff with all the other cool shit and like Knuckles and Shadow the Hedgehog or Metal Hedgehog and all these other. Hopefully,
Sonic.
I'm hoping that's the ultimate enemy is that
metal.
Jim Carrey gets a hold of Sonic's fur and then goes and makes Metal Sonic to like fight him. I'd be cool with that as a bad guy.
Isn't he supposed to go around and like capture all the forest critters, and then Sonic goes and frees them?
So I'm saying an animated movie is just so much better,
story
dude.
is that?
Kidnap all these animals.
So Dr. Robotnik is Ace Ventura 10 years later and
I love
angry.
it. He's fucking...
He just captures all the
He's
forest.
angry.
He just captures all the forest creatures to use them for his power.
Yeah,
I'll buy it.
We'll figure it
I
out.
buy him.
I'll buy it for $1, $2 on Tuesday.
Either way. Interesting stuff. But, is there anything else to go over?
No.
I don't know.
One of our players is not here tonight.
I said that. I said Matt's not here.
Revenge Cube.
The Revenge Cube. Matt McDonald.
Yeah, he died.
Matt, what are we going to do without you, Matt? We're in the middle of something really important, Matt.
And he unfortunately came down with a
What
sickness.
the fuck,
so it's-
Matt?
You
Down
don't need
with
help.
this.
You just need to sit there and play.
Yeah. You don't need to be helpful. You
We're
just need
going
to
to
sit
run.
there.
Dylan's going to use her room to go...
That's how it's gonna go with this
Yeah.
time. Everybody's just gonna walk to their room because the werewolf's not our problem.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody just leaves.
I have a fancy new spell that I can't wait to use on this werewolf.
Yeah, I bet. But,
I hope it likes banishment.
what about you, Mike?
You know what? I haven't done shit because I've been dead the last week.
Yeah, that's true.
I haven't even streamed. I haven't been able to breathe.
That's true. This microphone sat out here for a while.
It did. I was like, no.
Yeah.
But other than that, all I've been doing lately is relaxing and playing a game called Risk of Rain 2. It's a nice little indie shooter-looter where basically you run around, kill everything with guns and abilities. You get money and you buy little chests that are in the ground, and then you go to a teleporter and unlock the next realm. And you do that repeatedly. And your whole goal is to buy items that break your character. So
Like, kill your character?
no, like, I want something that gives me 1,000 times attack speed. So I shoot once and 9 bajillion bullets come out and their health goes... And I'm like, yeah.
I did that on a private World of Warcraft server once.
And the whole Warcraft server went down due to your cancerous virus.
Probably.
Wow.
You are the
That's how it was
reason...
designed.
Mm.
It was how the private dude who ran it designed it. It was kind of fun. It was neat. Didn't feel like whack-a-mole. It felt more like machine gun. Get
My
him, boys.
goodness.
The off-screen voice makes a compelling argument. Yeah, exactly. But aside from that, there's some other stuff. I don't know. I haven't got anything else to cover.
I think, honestly, I'm ready. I think you said we're rolling initiative?
No. Just trying to figure out what she's doing over there. yelling at us.
She's not yelling at us. She's communicating with communing with the Metacrow.
Yeah, apparently. It's weird. It's a weird hiccup. It's a weird hiccup. If that's not a weird hiccup, then I don't know what's wrong with you, but that's a weird hiccup.
Sorry, it's tick.
It's weird.
Don't judge my tick.
You got ticks?
How? They're not even native to Nevada.
I told you, stop playing around in the woods. It's outrageous.
You stop at night.
You have to clean that bear cloak of yours. I don't think there's anything else.
Oh, nothing really.
Excited to be back.
Yeah,
that's
we're just
what's
excited
up.
to be
Yeah.
back. Ready to play.
I am.
Rock and roll.
It's been a while.
Yeah, let's play. Let's get into this. Let's get started. All right, so we're gonna run the intro and we'll be right back. See you guys in a minute.
Yay!
Only two of us. That's right. I killed Thalen.
So,
Dead.
so we last left off, the party had basically accomplished very little, almost to nothing, as a matter of fact, in the last episode we did. Playing it safe, not actually searching and putting themselves out there in order to track down this Hydra.
I'm helping.
You know, yeah, I'm helping. Ralph over there on your broom. So they basically just decided to relax and eat and kind of share a little bit about themselves, and that's all they got accomplished. It was very disappointing.
When the paladin is away, the party will play.
Yeah, exactly.
Very true.
And then the party was apparently tracked down by a werewolf that broke into the cunning box. Came in. Didn't really break in. It just kind of walked in. You know. And then our bard had a very awkward moment on stream. Using his metagame knowledge of things to come.
I see nothing now.
Yeah. Breaking the immersion at the table.
Sorry, fuck me up, man.
Yeah.
You fuck me up. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't play with me like that. I'm not ready. I'm ready.
But that's where we begin with the party again in the drinking area. The terrified citizens of Fog Bottom hiding behind our group of adventurers. Our warlock suddenly succumbs to unconsciousness and falls down. A sudden illness overtaking him. Yeah, take that, Matt. Fuck my shit, fuck your shit up.
Phelan, and as you see me kind of tugging his shirt in the back.
Yes.
Why do you keep calling that werewolf Alex?
Didn't call it Alex once. What do you want? I asked what it was doing here, if you listened.
Okay. But either way.
We should probably kill it.
Bryken just fell to the ground. Alfarius is missing.
Fainting.
And
Someone get this man a Victorian fainting couch.
is there, maybe there's a way I can talk it to just it's got the wrong house to burn down or, blow down.
It's a fucking werewolf.
I know, but maybe it's here for a reason. Maybe it's not here for you.
Yeah, it's like, kill us.
Maybe we can convince them there's a higher population that way.
Wait, the heroes don't just send that guy to the next town.
And then you can
I
just
look
stab
at
him
the
in the back.
I just look at the werewolf. What's he doing?
It's circled. It's kind of sidestepped back towards the door in like an effort to like block the frame and the space where the outward street facing windows are. And it's just kind of standing there.
But we should try and do something. Just fool it, and then
I draw my sword and step closer.
Draw your sword and step closer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
growls. How much closer do you walk to it?
I'm just gonna stay with the people.
Because you only got about like 7 feet of distance between you and it right now.
Fuck. Yeah, no.
It's okay.
Fuck it. It's the fucking werewolf. I get closer and fucking go to cast a spell at it.
Does your scar start to itch?
It's a fucking werewolf. It can be gone.
You get phantom pains.
I'm gonna
So you're gonna attack it?
I'm gonna cast fear on it.
You're gonna cast fear on it?
Yeah.
Alright. What are you doing?
Me?
Yeah, what are you doing? Come in. What are you doing?
I'm going to get my spear out ready.
Uh-huh.
I'm getting ready to summon Cub in case something happens.
Okay.
Maybe Cub can intimidate him.
I think we all have different definitions of work.
I'm just watching what Thalen do. I'm getting ready in case I have to do backup. 'Cause it's not a good idea. It's werewolf.
Take a Dalen's lead. Keep your options open. Leave all the blame
She just wants
on
to see if
Thalen.
it mauls him so she has time to escape.
Also, fate. Pull a Riken. Fate.
Play dead. Curl up in the ball.
You and Reginald.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that! I'm about to go invisible. And you're like, Thalen? God,
Yep.
bitch.
Thalen.
Thalen, what are you doing?
Leaving you!
Alright,
It's okay,
so as you begin to cast the spell and prepare the somatic components for it and begin casting it, you suddenly see the end of a sword slip straight through the front, the mouth, the open mouth of the werewolf. And then retract, and the werewolf drops dead. Bam! Slamming into the
magic!
floor.
Thalen!
Magnificent!
That was you, right, Thalen? That
It
really
was-
great. Is that a new
It
spell?
was absolutely a brand new, because I'm awesome. No, it wasn't me. There's someone else on the window.
Summon sword.
I
Yeah,
wish I
summon
could.
sword.
I don't know.
Assassin sword.
Riken, what are you?
It's
I
assassin.
check Riken because I know he goes with his weapons.
He's asleep.
I go to the
He
window.
passed out.
I go to the door, actually.
He looks sick. So, standing in the doorway, you see a huge figure.
Like, huge?
Yeah, like a huge figure.
Is it like a Goliath?
Okay.
It's taller than the door frame.
Is it bald?
I don't know, you can't see. He's taller than the door frame.
Oh.
It's outside in the dark. There's a storm outside, remember?
Can I assume you're the gentleman that killed the werewolf?
You see him retract the sword.
Well, that was... Thank you. I appreciate your assistance. May I know your name?
Alright, Alex, come sit down.
Yay! I'm not alone! Yay! Fuck Alex.
I just want
I'm back! In black!
And I'm sorry.
I started giggling too, and Matt's like, is he bald? I'm like,
Communing with the Metacrow.
Yeah. Again.
Again.
sorry, habits.
Is it a Goliath?
Metagaming is frowned upon, and these are perfect examples of that in the last two episodes.
And these are
Constant
wonderful
professionals.
examples of how a DM properly handles it by just ignoring those statements entirely.
Yeah.
Sorry, what did you say? I was so excited to come in.
And sit and play again.
I'm alive! I'm alive!
Thank you for your help with that earlier. May I have your name, sir?
I lean down and I step into the bar tavern.
Huge. Holy shit.
My name is Hargraves.
What do I see about your character, Alex?
Yeah, describe your character.
Once you step in and the light just illuminates your gorgeousness, what are you? What you look like, what's your skin tone, what's your eye color? Details, please.
He is 8 foot tall, plus or minus a little bit. Goliath. Bald. A black stripe of war paint across his face. A large fur. It looks like different animals stitched together to make a cloak. And then underneath it, you see his sword and also a large shield on his right arm. No symbology, just blank, as he's in half plate covering his form. Pale blue eyes staring back at you.
Well, pleasure to meet you, sir. And what skin tone? What skin color were you?
Gray. Grace. No traditional Goliath tattoos. Like the rest of patches of skin, you don't see any tribal markings or anything like that. Just the war paint across the face.
And I don't mean to be rude, but what was your name? I heard it the first time, but I want to make sure it sticks.
Hargraves.
Hargraves?
Yeah.
Am I saying that right?
Yes, Hargraves.
Hargraves. I just don't want to be rude.
Are you okay? And I lean in, and my large hand brushes across your face as I wipe a smear of blood off your cheek.
I am fine, but was the blood necessary?
He's wiping it off your cheek.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were wiping it on me. Was that necessary? No, I'm fine, thank you.
Lucky I was tracking this thing. Seems like everything's okay here. I suppose I'll stop for a bit.
Things have gotten better recently, but yes.
I noticed most of this town seems pretty vacant.
Yes. We just got done dealing with an undead issue in the area. Me and my adventuring party. This is, I point over at the lady who is currently trying to, not move and check on Riken at the same time. This is a Lynn. She's a druid friend of ours. And the gentleman currently... Oh shit, I forgot he fainted. I was worried about the werewolf. The fainted gentleman, probably by the werewolf, sheer terror probably. His name is Riken. No, he doesn't appear to be feeling well. He's a friend of ours as well. He's our resident scholar.
It's not uncommon for scary monsters like this to frighten the villagers.
This village has been through it, to say the least. They've been dealing with a hag and undead creatures and ghouls for the last couple weeks.
You didn't get the chance to scratch anybody, did he? And I scanned the room. See, everyone seems okay.
Everybody seems to have relaxed. That's for sure. And they've kind of moved away from the far wall and from behind the bar.
The minute he walked in, I confronted him a bit and then approached him, and then your sword came piercing through his face on the wall before I could have a chance to cast a spell.
Yeah, you had just finished following the tracks through the center of town and kind of ran to catch up, and rounded the corner and saw it standing there, unaware of you.
If I may ask, why were you hunting this werewolf? Besides it being a werewolf,
I'm an adventurer, much like yourself.
Really?
I get paid to do this kind of stuff.
Interesting.
And I guess
it is raining and stuff. Are you not wearing any other traveling clothes or garments, cloaks and such?
Oh, I'm wearing my fur cloak.
Oh, okay.
Kind of thing. And then, I suppose you're the one to thank. If you hadn't run some interference, he probably would have attacked.
I should have attacked first, but last time I met one, it distracted me more than I anticipated, and I was a little befuddled with this one as well. Next time, I think I'll attack first, and ask questions later.
That's probably a decent plan, but you are aware of werewolves. It's contagious. You run the risk of becoming one yourself.
I have run into this before.
Oh, an experienced werewolf slayer. Huh?
I have not slain one, but I have been bitten by one. And luckily, I was cured.
So have you stepped inside out of the frame,
Yeah.
into the building now?
Yeah, I stepped.
Okay.
I leaned down, stepped inside.
Came inside, yeah. door frame's only like 7 foot tall.
Oh, I thought you were going to add something.
So you suddenly see Lynn kind of like, she's kind of shocked, but at the same time she takes composure. Like she looks you.
Does she
She
or
looks
do
like-
you?
I look like I've seen a ghost.
I just see a little.
I'm just helping you out because
Yeah.
you suddenly slipped out of first person the way you played the character for like weeks now into third person.
Like, you see me, I look like I've seen a ghost, but as soon as I've taken a closer look at you, I've just come to my senses, and I kind of walk up to you with my bare hoodie on.
So describe yourself. What does he see?
Oh, so you see me, I bust out my bare hoodie, so it's over my face, but you see that I have long, knotted hair, well, braided hair. I'm very short, 5'3". I'm dirty looking,
Grungy.
you know, grungy, druidy, stink. I walk bare feet. No one noticed. No one's noticed.
Hand-spun clothes and adventuring clothes,
Yeah.
heavy cloaks and furs.
As you approach me, I get down on one knee so I can get on your level.
And he's still taller than you.
Closer to your level.
Yeah.
Are you okay, young lady?
Yes, you just reminded me of someone very, very dear to me. I don't know if his name happens to run by you, the Kalti Hawkspear Kalagalte. And have you heard of him before? He's one of you, Goliath, nice, strong man.
I'm sorry. I don't have close ties to Goliath tribes.
Oh, well, he was kind of disbanded from his tribe. A lot of people knew him in the wilderness, but yeah, everyone's noticing she's kind of stuttering a bit. Just because she's
We've
still,
noticed.
still in a bit of a shock. But, okay, I just wanted to make sure you reminded me for a split second that I thought my friend was back from the dead, but...
So Reginald comes out of your pocket and he comes up to you and starts saying something to you, and then goes back into your pocket. So you see this curious girl kind of look over, and you see the mouse come out, and then like up to her, almost as if it's whispering, but not making anything that would be identified that way. And then you can see her listening to this mouse, and then it leaves and goes back into her pocket.
This is a nice cloak you have here, a little too big for a woman of your size.
It came from Kalti. He gave it to me as a parting gift before he passed away. But I think it might be more fitting for you, if you like. Well, no, I don't want to give it away.
You recognize the cloak. It's from you recognize the coloring and the patterns. It looks like it was skimmed off of a large, what are called large Brannock bears, that are known for some of the more southern gray spire reaches. They grow very large, not as large as dire bears, but as far as normal bears go, they get pretty big.
No small black bear or something.
The comparison would be a grizzly in this world.
Oh yeah, your friend must have been a Goliath. It would take someone of considerable strength to take one of these beautiful creatures down.
Oh yeah, he's told me the story multiple times.
You should really take better care of it. It seems that you're infested with mice.
Oh no! This is Reginald.
Sir, Reginald.
He's a good friend.
Oh, I see.
Do you want to say hi, Reginald?
Did she suffer a trauma? Did you pick her up on your adventures? And she seems a little green.
You hear Thalen just chuckle, like a good heartfelt belly laugh as he shakes his head and goes, "No, you misunderstand. She's a druid, and that is her friend. She can understand it, and it can understand her."
He says you're very tall. You remind him of Kalti too. But he says you're a little weirder. Okay, you should go back, Reginald.
I get that a lot. But
So you guys are having this conversation, you suddenly hear a heavy hand hit the door, like the inside, and recognize this red dragonborn standing, as Alfarius has apparently, a little out of breath as he has apparently run back
Welcome back, Alfarius.
Covered in rain. You see, like dripping off of his armor, and like every once in a while, like some of it like hissing and turning into vapor as it's like burning away and evaporating off of his internal body heat.
One of the townsfolk came and got me. So there was a werewolf. See, you guys got it.
I pointed the big guy.
Oh, another trained werewolf slayer. Huh. You guys are going to put me out of a job.
I kick it and I flip it over. Silver?
Yeah, of course. Is there anything else to slay a werewolf with? As I pull out my sword, and you can see it's vibrant with shimmering silver all over it. It's very ornate.
Is it inlaid with silver, or is the sword silver?
Sword silver.
Okay.
Paula.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good. I flip it over because I imagine it just landed face first.
Yep. Yeah, it's just been draining blood.
Draining blood?
Lords, yeah.
Has it transformed back from werewolf?
No,
or
they don't do that when they're slain as werewolves.
All right. I'll still flip it over to check. It's dead. Medicine check.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh, that's good. I'm almost a doctor.
Almost a doctor.
It's
a paladin. That's the same thing, right?
I did take medicine.
You're like the nurse practitioner of the fucking
well, thank
the
you.
feudal world.
That is appreciated.
And the cleric is like the doctor.
Ooh,
Doctor.
that's what I'm talking about.
Doctor.
That's going to be an 18.
That's going to be an 18. Yeah, it's dead.
I pronounce it dead. Kill goes to you, sir. What's your name?
Sword cut went clean through the back of the spine where the spine would be.
I'm Hargraves.
I go over and I reach out my
Can you
hand.
spell that for everybody just to make sure they all get it in their notes?
Also, completely different subject. Do you have a thingy?
Yes, I do.
Is it? It's already saved in the file, and you just need to click it on.
Yep.
I'm gonna do that for you while you talk.
I go.
But it's H-A-R.
Nameplate, you mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, HARGRAVES.
No, and I spell it right. Yeah. Yeah.
Line up the elbows.
Yeah.
Look at. You gotta look at the elbows when you clap. Don't look at the hands. Well, that's pronounced Hargraves or Hargraves. Sorry, my Dragonborn tongue is really fucking that one up because I gotta roll my R's a little bit.
Hargraves.
Hargraves. Yeah.
Hargraves.
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 Alex,
Like hardy har graves.
Yeah, looking through the room, you also seem to have noticed that Riken seems to have collapsed and has been kind of rolled over. He seems to have picked up a fever, and his skin has become pale, and he looks ill.
It appears your friend has drank far too much. Your other friend here, I forget his name, was saying you're a group of adventurers. Luckily you were here to run interference before this thing could take out any of the tavern goers.
Well, I'm Whisperer Beast, and I had hired Team Exodus into this interesting adventure. We just got done making a cure for skin rot.
Not a cure.
A remedy. And I show one of mine. I made this, so yeah. It can do good things.
And
I whisper to beasts.
I lean back down. I put my arm on your shoulder. I'm sorry for the loss of your friend, but I assure you, if he did show up, it's not something you'd want to deal with. Be more traumatizing than anything else.
Oh no, I made sure I had to do stuff so he doesn't come back.
Then why would you think he had returned?
'Cause you look like him. You're a Goliath. You're tall. You're about 5 squirrel heads. No, sorry. 15 pig heads high. And you got strong muscles like he does. And your voice is almost like his, but his was more of a divine.
I'm oddly struck by your really simple doctor.
I'm not a doctor, I'm a druid. But I can heal.
Healer.
And what are you?
I can make potions.
What are you skilled at, sir?
Do stuff.
You said you hunt
I'm
werewolves.
a slayer of beasts.
She She is the protector of beasts.
I'm the whisperer of beasts.
Whisper of beasts.
So I
No
use
wonder why
I
we're
use
talking
simple
about
tongue for simple people, but it's more like abominations, monsters. When you have real problems,
You fight what goes bump in the night.
sometimes if it's a horrible creature, you know.
Do you know why that werewolf was coming here?
I
Do you know
assume.
why?
Well, it depends. Most werewolves are very simple and get overtaken by their natural instincts. My guess is with the undead you say are around, he was struggling to find sustenance. So he was just tracking it down to where it can be found. It's much easier to pick off a small woman such as yourself than a dire crocodile.
I saw something in his eyes, something similar I've seen before. It was under orders from the werewolf from my past.
So it was the one that you were mentioning that they know that they're coming for us.
Yes.
And kind of thing.
Yes.
Are you sure she's not ill?
No, she fits the party well. Really.
I bet you can do a really strong, firm handshake.
Oh yeah, I can.
That's right. Okay, just making sure. Riken's not here to judge me today, so... Well, he's knocked out. He's not feeling well, but...
And on right.
Well, if you're the healer, maybe you should do something about that. Your party lacks some simple organization. You seem like a man of means and being able to be decisive. What kind of party you have going on here?
And on that, medicines check on Riken. Is he suffering from the same symptoms as he was when he had to kill that horse? Like weakness, but this just progressed like super quick.
Possibly.
Medicines check. 21.
Oh, you're not sure.
All right.
He seems sick, though. It does seem similar. But it also, it matches a lot of different symptoms and different ailments and illnesses, from anything from flu to,
Plague. Divine will.
Yeah.
Great.
I just
Perfect.
think you need some more sleep. We've all had a pretty interesting day. He was helping you, right?
Yes.
So maybe he got, some swamp in his mouth. I heard that's not tasty.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
Some doctor.
Reginald tried. It wasn't very tasty water.
No, we just helped around the village doing whatever they needed. When it came from manual labor all the way to just helping carrying boxes.
Well, he doesn't have this. I imagine since you have the treatment, he doesn't have this skin rot, right?
I hope not.
He wouldn't look much worse if it was case.
Well, I can tell you this. He's not getting much rest on the floor over there. Maybe one of you should get him up to his room. I gotta take care of this. I'll be back in a few minutes.
What are you taking care of?
I point and kick the dead werewolf.
What are you going to do to it?
Dispose of it.
Are you going to burn it and say a prayer to it to make sure it goes well into the, cycle?
You know this as well as anybody, but werewolves aren't natural, and they're completely evil.
I don't say prayer to
There
abominations.
is no place for them. They worship an evil goddess and were made of an evil pact and cursed sometime in the past. So far in the past of the world that nobody remembers where and why.
At least a good gesture.
I'll just burn it and hope it goes down to the pits.
Okay, works. You have fun doing that?
Perfect for where it's going.
Are you going to do it in the rain? Don't do it near any trees.
I don't think we're running the risk of a swamp fire.
I walk up over to
It's raining pretty hard anyways.
I walk up to Alferis. Want to help me carry Riken upstairs?
Oh, I got him. I just put one arm around his and I pick him up. Because he's light like that.
Where did you go, by the way? You have been missing from your room. Your room door was locked.
Did you break into my room?
Well, I didn't.
It was open.
But I locked it.
Yeah, we got up there and it was open.
You guys broke into my room?
Do you want to be honest?
Hold on. I don't want to hear this yet. I'm going to get him to bed.
I'm just saying, where have you been?
I mutter as I leave. Broken my room. No trust. No trust.
Okay, yeah. So you pick him up, take him upstairs, put him in bed. Nothing outstanding happens. Plop him down.
I put him, I plop him down on his bed, and I prop up his back, so if he pukes, he pukes on his side and uses a choke. Yep, as I'm not there.
Yeah, sounds fair.
Just Rankin choke to death.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start making rolls.
I just rolled a natural 20.
Well, I looked out for him, so...
I'm just saying.
You guys didn't think of that, I did.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I know he seems to be mumbling, but it's nonsensical in some language. Metagaming. Strike number 3.
What? Some horrible fate befall your character.
We're doing metagame striking now.
Oh.
We get 5 strikes in a session, people lose levels.
Oh.
People?
Yeah.
Or everybody?
Everybody.
Don't ruin it! Why me?
But that's my name. Fuck.
Yeah.
Therein lies the challenge,
But
my
yeah,
good
aside
friend.
from that, yeah. It seems cold. He's sweating. It's like a super strong cold sweat he has going on. But it doesn't seem to have the shivers or the bone shivers or anything that normally come with a normal fever.
Is he hot?
No.
No? Well, that's weird.
Yeah.
Well,
Swamp water.
yeah.
It's a cat.
It's your cat.
Yeah, it's your cat.
And that's just.
So I'm going to say a simple prayer over his body. Pray to the gods for his protection, and that if Lilith did summon his soul to one of the 9 layers of hell, commune with him for a little while, I pray that it's quick. I'll leave him there.
Sounds like a plan.
I know he's got his own devils to deal with, literally. So I'll leave him there.
Okay.
And I come back out to these thieves, these rapscallions that broke into my room.
Yeah.
And you still see me pointing at Dale.
It's still pointing.
He was just making sure of your safety.
You
did not tell anybody anything.
In
So
the meantime,
Thalen
while you
was
guys
being
are
a
watching
good friend.
Hargraves wrap up this werewolf and get ready to move it, it looks as though maybe 5 or 6 of the older townsfolk have kind of gotten amongst themselves to have a private conversation away from you guys.
Probably gonna get rid of us. Or we're the heroes again.
There we go. Hey,
Yeah.
handsome reward.
Ah.
Grab a couple pigs.
Protectors. Exodus.
Elite.
The best.
They have a particular set of skills. And those skills are written on their character sheets.
It's true.
Quite so.
Yeah.
It would appear you are correct.
Alright, well, yeah. I come back out to you two
Yes.
who are arguing and doing stuff.
Sorry about breaking into your room, Alpharius. We were worried about you, honestly. We hadn't heard or seen from you in at least a day. I was making sure your wounds hadn't festered or carried over into fever.
I went out in the swamp to pray to Talon. Ask for guidance. Find my direction again. I knew the town was well protected with the group. As such, you stopped or prevented the werewolf from attacking anybody. You two definitely showed good, swift, decisive action in my leave of absence.
And did you get any direction from your god?
I did. Got a vision.
What'd you see?
Well, I saw the capital of Broadus, Paladin Orders are. I saw it on fire and in ruins. saw the nightly orders destroyed bodies in the streets.
It's a bad sign.
Yeah, it's bad omen.
It's not
Most-
always true.
Maybe not for you. For me, they're usually pretty accurate.
What do you want to do about it?
One foot in front of the other. Still gotta get back. Oh yeah, I left you in charge of the Hydra plan. What you come up with?
So, we went out and actually investigated the Hydra while you were gone. We ended up grabbing a hog, paid for it, and tried to bait the Hydra using a hog for it to come out.
Alright.
So we could take care of it. Unfortunately, it didn't take the bait. So without us going into the water after the Hydra, there might not be much we can do.
And I've tried scanning the area, but from a safe distance, I did not see anything. But if I were to go closer, I maybe, but I've heard stories about the swamp creatures.
I actually look over at Hargrave. I'm going to say, Hargrave,
Oh, jeez. What?
have you ever hunted a Hydra?
They're not really on my list of things to take care of. They're natural creatures. So that would be a no.
Well then. So if we want, we can still go attempt to track down the Hydra and try to hunt it. We'd have to try to find its lair or its area of dwelling.
You guys check back by the lair.
Yes.
We checked around the lair, but we know it swam under and down, but we didn't enter the water.
How'd the building look?
Dead. The crows that don't want to talk to me.
It looked like it had crumbled in and upon itself.
So it all collapsed.
It appears so, yes.
Perhaps it crashed down onto its lair. Maybe destroyed it.
It's possible. I'd rather have confirmation than anything.
I'm definitely not going down there. I don't know. It's not my expertise to hunt. Come up with any other plans?
The only other one was heading up to where we originally found it and tracing its steps, attempting to find where it had gone, find more tracks, and just honestly wait. And now with Riken sick, we can't leave.
Well, you brought me into the conversation, and I wasn't trying to listen in, but I totally listened in.
There's a reason I introduced and asked if you've ever found a Hydra, ever tracked a Hydra.
I'm just going to say this. I've tracked many things. Hydras aren't all that special. But right now, and I look out towards the door, and it's raining and stormy outside. You have a fat chance in hell of tracking down that Hydra.
Are you a skilled tracker?
Skilled, relatively speaking.
Could you track a Hydra?
I'd probably have, a shit chance in hell, much like yourself, given it's raining, it's wet, it's probably washing away any tracks as we speak.
Not right now, but tomorrow if it clears up.
This isn't really my preferred territory, but is there money in it?
Yes.
Well, I'm just traveling, so I figure I might as well help you out. Maybe we'll find a werewolf on the way. Probably not. Killed this one. But you never know. Apparently you're being hunted. We should talk more about that later.
Absolutely. Maybe you can tell me where I can get my sword, silver. Until I can coat it in magic, it's not worth it yet.
Really, bruh? Really?
Yes.
Everybody thinks you're cool, alright? Knock it off.
Okay.
So, I suggest that tomorrow we finish out the night, we have food brewing, Riken's sick, tomorrow we set out and do one more final sweep of the lair.
You should definitely do another sweep of the territory.
I'll try and go a little lower.
Did you come up with a plan once you lured it out?
Just remind you guys, it's been at least like 6 days since you guys came this way so that you could get the cure and take it back to Greencrest, which is growing with infection every day.
Yeah, but we got like a bomb-ass cure.
It's not a cure.
I thought we sent some back already.
With who?
Well, Shaw was going back only to...
For his homegirl.
Yeah, of course, home gal.
Oh, fuck, so we
Oh,
can do
The villagers, if we didn't succeed... Well, if you guys didn't succeed, we're supposed to take it back. But then you
we
succeeded.
still have to go back with that.
Mm-hmm.
We know we're... It pains me to say it, but...
Once Skin Rot gets out of control, no amount of cure can...
You're not going to be able to heal your way out of it, kind of
Yeah.
thing. You're going to just have to start offing everybody.
If you need to get the Hydra, then
That's
I
what
can
happened in-
always
that's
just
what
go
happened in
back
Bravadis.
myself with the broom. Maybe with the broom I can make
No.
haste and go back to Greencrest myself to at least hand the cure.
No, we should... The Hydra will need to be taken care of. I suggested we deal with it now because we're in the same area, and it might have been wounded or hurt already.
Oh no, I'm saying you guys can stay here. I can try and quickly go back to Greencrest and at least do that.
At that point, it's worth just, I think, getting a cart together and throwing Riken on us heading back. We still have to deal with that tower.
And we still have Skin Rot to go to. I know there's a lot.
Once the
I know
Skin
there's a
Rot-
lot. But if it has, like, after remembering how many days it's been a few days. I do need to make sure to go back
We should go.
and do my main mission, which was to do the skim rot. I can definitely help out with the other things.
I look at Hargraves again. Hargraves. You said you fight abominations, creatures of the night, evil, really.
Yeah, I'm an adventurer.
I have a question for you. How would you like fame, glory, friends, and an immediate pass into Exodus? One of the leading adventuring parties in the area.
Well, that's a lot to just throw at me like that.
Oh, it comes with a heavy price tag. But not in gold.
So, I'm supposed to join up with your, using the generous term, ragtag
Amazing individuals, yes.
group
Yes.
for fame, fortune.
And we have to fight we have to fight a tower of undead, a witch, lich woman that apparently led a rebellion many years ago and is seemed to be brought back alive again. And have you ever heard of the Wild Hunt?
I don't know. Have I heard of it? How widespread is that? Okay.
Of course,
I thought it was widespread, but I wasn't. I was like struggling to remember. Of course, I've heard of the Wild Hunt.
They're here.
What are you talking about?
It's not necessarily a selling point. I would just like to let you know. The whole Wild Hunt destroy whole cities and towns and take away their people as slaves and bring them back as undead warriors.
Never mind.
You're not really selling anybody on that by involving them.
Yeah, it's like, all
That's
right,
like saying,
room
by
for
the way,
five.
there's an ancient red dragon nearby. We should go fight. You're not.
Wait, we should go kill a dragon. They have a hoard of gold. Riken would let it.
No.
No.
Riken I'm guessing that's your sleeping friend has bigger problems.
No.
It's been a while since we've addressed them, so I want to make sure that
Yeah.
you guys have the right idea about
who they are.
I did
What it
not,
means.
so I do
Yes.
apologize.
Remember, they are minions of, people assume, direct extension of the will and arm of the Formless One, the god of undeath.
Never mind that. So I don't tell you about the Wild Hunt. She's, we assume, a powerful wizard that needs to be taken down. She's the cause of the flesh rot out here. We just took care of her hag friend, who was doing some form of foul magic with this tree and using the spirits of dead witches to gain power.
That definitely sounds like something a hag would do.
And she was taking orders from this woman. Her name is Countess LeFay.
Well, you just put a lot on me. You're being hunted. There's this Countess LaFay.
This Exodus is a very
You know what?
group.
I will travel with you and get the details on this payload of what you're talking about.
There's enemies, there's undead, evil, and crazy witches in a tower. Do you want to fight it or not?
I would like to make an insight check to see if I buy all this nonsense.
I would love to make just a persuasion check.
Okay, what's your insight?
Considering we just met. No.
What's your passive insight?
My passive insight is 14.
Okay, so be the 14 with a persuasion check.
It's trash. It's a 1.
I rolled a natural 1. Which is a 11.
Plus 10.
So 11.
I don't know. It's on your character. You're not 100% even convinced how on the level these people actually are as a group, and you're not even 100% convinced that there's a reward at the end that's worth your time, considering what your priorities in the world are. And it does seem to align with you though, because undead creatures and stuff are just as much of an issue as werewolves and vampires and stuff.
Yeah, it falls under my list of things.
You're trying to decide whether or not you need to you're willing to let them know what your deal is or not.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't believe you've shown them anything.
No, I have not.
And the silver sword hasn't put them off either. So,
well, you need it for a werewolf.
Yeah, that's my point.
Well, you say there's money in it. If there isn't,
For the Hydra there is.
for the Hydra there is. For this natural beast that's more of a nuisance than anything else.
It's my money that's going into that. This tower we're not getting paid for. It needs to be taken care of. The realm is in need. And we get
Where is this money?
Depends if we...
I'm not necessarily buying this whole story you're trying to sell. You seem like one of those guys that gets by with their silver tongues. But,
What's your passive perception?
my passive perception is 14.
Yeah, it's enough to tell you everything that you really need to know at a glance at Thalen. You can tell from the way he's dressing, from the lack of scars and wounds and calluses on his hands, from the style of weapon he seems to be carrying, that he's very much what you would consider a fancy lad.
A fancy lad.
For those hard individuals who live on the roads their whole lives, he's what people would call a fancy lad.
Thank you.
Cultured, intelligent, well-read, so on and so forth.
So, I'm gonna assume you're not dumb enough to fuck with me. So,
No,
You two are hearing this conversation, by the way. You guys are both
you guys are there.
I'm letting my diplomat take care of it.
Just let you know.
So,
He's
you
on a roll.
promise money.
I promise gold if you help me find the Hydra. But I think priorities may take us away from that first.
Well, first you gotta get what you're asking me first. Like, down. Are we hunting a Hydra? Or is these various existential threats what we're gonna be dealing with? Is that...
Step 1, I want to hire you as an extra hand to get us back to Greencrest with this here remedy for the skin rot. After that, I want to see about convincing you along the way.
This is Alfarius. He's the leader of Exodus.
Yeah.
I see. So you're the man.
He's the Dragonborn Paladin of Taylor.
This is Thalen, my up-and-coming diplomat.
I am a bard. I specialize in trickery and messing with the mind. And writing a story, of course. Here and there.
He tricks himself.
Love it. Love it. I just like to remind you that you're not talking to Luthok.
Yeah. I lie and trick people. I want to hire you.
I know his voice is kind of similar to Luthok, but Alex isn't playing an idiot anymore.
Yeah.
Just trying to help you out.
I lie, and have
But
a
this
job.
is great because it shows a level of naivety that Thalen and I always thought was kind of there.
I want to do a history check to see if I recall.
You can do whatever you want.
I'm going to do a history check.
Put it down.
Because
Yeah.
hanging out with a Goliath
Yeah.
for a majority of my time, I want to see if there's any way that he might have mentioned to me to prove from a Goliath to a Goliath, like, their means of, like, trust.
Like traditional gestures
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Okay.
Just to show
Puff
about
up your chest.
trust.
I'm big Goliath.
Okay.
I just remember my stats, because, man, it's been a while. Alright, history. Oh my gosh, come on. There we go. Nothing. A 10.
So, when Goliaths make a promise, if someone doesn't fulfill that and breaks the oath, it's one of the highest levels of crimes, and they're executed in their home clan. And they normally seal it with a blood pact. So, if she was to do that gesture, what she'd basically be saying is that if you don't follow through, you'd be willing to be summarily executed at his clan's home for breaking the promise. That's what Elin would be agreeing to.
What are we agreeing to? That was the question. Chat.
Well,
If we're making deals and things, make sure. Yeah, what are we offering?
I take a look at your cloak. Is it like out?
What's it made out of?
Like mine, compared to mine and yours, whose would be better?
What do you mean better?
Like, would mine be more comfortable than his? Because I think
No.
you said that
Yours
your
is
cloak
made
was...
for like someone his size, or it
Yeah.
was originally. You've had to extraordinarily modify it. No, but
No, I'm just seeing
Dragging
his
it
shit.
behind you.
Mine's at least like warm and better than his.
I
'Cause
don't
he
know.
used-
What's your cloak
Because you
made out
said
of?
your
It-
cloak is
it's-
made out of different animal parts.
Pelts.
Oh,
Pelts.
pelts.
Pelts, like furs. Like dire wolf furs. And friggin' like rabbits and whatever else. It's like very stitched together. Simply made.
Make a bargain with you. It's important that we do need another strong hand. I don't know if the group has told you, but we've lost a very strong individual named Luthok.
Ixnay on the death, not a Goliath.
And well, he died in a good way. But regardless,
You and Mike
We
are
need-
the best at this.
we need strong people.
You make it really hard to be your friend right now.
We need strong people. I hired them. If I could probably go back to, if you can help us out, we can go back to Greencrest. Since I'm the one that created the skim rod, they might give us a little more. I'm willing to give you more of my share.
Wait, did you create the skin rot? Whoa!
Create a remedy for skim rod.
Ixnay on
I
the
would-
plot!
I would like to lean in and I would like to make a
Would you like to
smell
swoop in here and
perception
save
check.
them?
Yeah,
both?
I would like to make a smell perception check to see if she's drunk.
Okay.
Smell her breath.
Just passive perception wise, she doesn't seem drunk. She just seems eccentric.
It's an eccentric
Druid.
creator, skin rot, liar, killer, good killer, a friend.
You already knew she was a crazy hobo to begin with.
I'm willing to give you my awesomest, my better cloak to you with the gold if you can help us.
You don't have to speak slowly. I'm intelligent. And starting off a deal by insulting my
Nice.
garb.
Well, admit it. It's mine would be a nice, more additional collection to yours.
Oh god damn it. Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. We need your fucking help because shit's terrifying over there, and I'm simply asking if you want to help.
Well, your boss just said he wanted to hire me.
Yeah, the deal's this.
What are we paying him?
Yeah, the deal's this.
I'll give
50
him
gold.
I'll give him some of the money I get from the skin
Awesome. Yeah.
remedy.
That's Exodus for you. We all pitch in when we need to. Deal's this. 50 gold. You come back with us. Every ghoul you kill along the way, I'm going to give you an additional 5 gold. Every undead, an additional 5 gold.
Boom, boom, boom. 1 gold per undead.
5 gold. I saw what he did with that werewolf. Every werewolf you kill along the way, 25 gold.
You know what? That's fine. You're telling Reckon.
Alright, well, I don't know about these two, but a job's a job. I don't think you're dumb enough to try and betray me or pull any tricks. Because if you do, and I look at you, and I look at you, skin rot killer, if you do, werewolves and undead will be the least of your problems.
That's fine with me.
Sounds normal.
I lean in and I'll take your job.
Good. And I shake your hand, and I reach my claw out.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, well, I got fucking God. I'm a Dragonmore, man. Fingers just hands. I reach my claw out.
I take it with a powerful grip, respectful, not domineering.
I do respect that. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you can tell a lot about a warrior by his handshake.
It's kind of warm and it's a little rough on the scale side of it.
With a lot of good. You would notice a lot of fresh, smaller scales coming in too over some damaged ones. They're a lighter red where I got beat up recently, like bad, like with a blunt weapon, like a weapon that would be on my belt right now. To a trained killer, you would probably recognize the dimensions of the blows and what I have around my face.
Well, at least I can see someone carries this weight, and apparently your friend Riken's weight as well. As I look up towards his gesturing.
We're like Exodus sounds from up there. Like,
No, but we can hear him all the way back where he's resting. Can't we, Matt? It's just causing fits.
Get a nurse up there to give him a
things
sponge
gonna
bath.
start beeping.
Is there a nurse button up there? Nurse. But it sounds like I'll take the job. It sounds like you and your friends have something to work out about a Hydra. Good luck with that.
I think we, because from what I know, it's been a few days. I've totally forgot how many days we've been in this swamp, but I'm pretty sure from my extensive knowledge, I'm pretty sure it's gone. It's just temporarily away from the lair. It's going to take a lot more time. I think more drastic matters. We need to do the skin. We need to go back to Ridgecrest. Green.
Just spread the disease. She has a broom. She's spreading skin rot. Next, you get a magic hat too.
Yeah, okay. We'll get you a black cat, and you can just take fucking Grendel's.
Yeah, place. She's gonna multi-class into witch.
What are you, big pharma over here, spreading the disease? There's no cure. 9,600% increase on skin.
But we need to go back to Greencrest.
You're right, Lynn.
I believe the Hydra is no longer here, but there is a similar stream that goes. We can always go back to Greencrest first, then do that. Go back, check other spots, see if there's any news from local townsfolk to see if they've heard of any other crazy shenanigans going on out there.
You don't gotta sell me on it, Lynn. I totally get it.
Dalen, do you trust me on this one?
Well, I already said, I think the tower needs to be solved now. It's no good to let this wait.
Well, if you want to go to the tower, I can still just go to Greencrest. I have this nice room.
Don't split the party.
Oh, we need to get back there anyways.
Let's say
It's been too long.
We can gear up, get ourselves ready, get better showers, clean my cloak.
It's a salty look for no reason.
And then we can head to the tower.
It's because she's invested.
I'm okay with that.
Maybe when we heal things, maybe it'll piss off the people in the tower. You know, they'll start getting angry.
Get off my lawn.
And Anything?
Yeah,
like
this is a discussion for you guys.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah. You're almost in on it.
You should come too. Well, I think you're already coming with us anyways.
Yeah, we'll definitely try to sail you along the way. But perhaps you'll see how bad it is along the road. Maybe that'll convince you. I don't know what your motivations are.
Where did you come from, by the way?
Where did I come from?
Where did you go? Okay.
Like, before I got here, or
Yeah, which route did you take through Central Vale to get here?
I'd have to look at the map.
I'm a map. I'm a map. I'm a map. I'm a map.
This may be an example map. Oh, there's a lot of maps in here. Go wild.
Go wild with the maps!
But I had it ready.
Maps!
Here, borrow my map. Tell me where you came from.
Looking for the appropriate map. And all the secret notes.
No notes on there.
Is this the authenticated map here?
I don't know. I can't see what you're looking at.
I'm looking at this map. Is that the authenticated map?
No.
No. So I wouldn't have gone through there. I would have came from.
It's not. I don't think it's even on there. Anymore.
It's probably not. Oh wait. No, you changed it since this one. Wait. No, you didn't. Wait. I would have came from the west.
The west.
The west.
The West.
So more towards Yavatalari, but not Yavatalari. Towards there, Bravadis. Ish.
Okay, so you passed through Greencrest. That's what I'm getting at.
Fair enough. Yes. Yeah, it's pretty bad over there.
You would have came through the same pass that most trade comes through the Greyspire Mountains. You would come through down from Bravadis, south into the West Dales, and east across the Greyspire Mountains, about taking the week-long trek that the party originally took to get here to begin with, and then gone through Greencrest, which splits off. So you had taken the eastern Imperial Highway.
To Greencrest? Maybe give it a day for Riken?
No, we'll make a litter for Riken. We should get moving. But then again, we'll have to wait till morning.
We'll meet till morning, and then we'll head out and return to Greencrest. And then from there, we can make our plan to how we besiege the tower once we've distributed the cure remedy.
Well, I'm not necessarily a member of your excellent adventuring. Well, I guess I'm hired on now, but
Yeah, I hired them too, so it's like a fun game.
It's like a hiree circle.
I hired them, they hired you.
like some sort of Ponzi scheme.
But I promise I've hired
Scheme of
you.
adventurers.
It's an adventuring pyramid.
See, what I do is I hire 2 adventurers and then have my short leg of 1 adventurer. And I collect a profit off of anything they make. Sorry. But to besiege a tower, you're going to need something like an army.
Yeah, you saw the tower.
Yeah.
You
I saw the light and everything, yeah.
No, not necessarily the light, but you saw the tower. And
Okay.
you would have seen, probably ran across and avoided ghouls and wights and the undead roaming the force and so goblins and all the other things that are being drawn to the area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems more than a 4-man, 1 young lady operation.
Hey, I'm 23.
Okay. Old lady.
No, it's definitely going to need the mayor's help. Then again, it's really all on the mayor and what they want to do. So
Seems like the best approach is small goals. First step, survive till Greencrest. Now, I don't know what the Hydras will be here. You can come back, seasonal hunting, whatever, and then we'll go and we'll get there and see what the situation is. Could be everyone's dead by now. Who knows? News travels slow. But I do agree that if you want to make a difference with your salves and healing, you're not going to want to wait too much for your buddy to get better from whatever's ailing them.
Telling you it's swamp water.
Well, they say don't drink the water in Foggy Bottom. But yeah, so for every day you spend waiting for him to heal, tens more people are going to die. So if you're heroes and adventurers, time is essential. But I'm going to go take care of this. We'll meet up here in the morning. I grab the body, take it out.
How are you disposing of it? You just
Finding
throw
it-
it into
I'm-
swamp water?
Yeah,
Into the bog? Just
dire crocodiles.
Yeah.
Woo, suey, suey.
So you find your way over. You find your way over to the pier. You fucking throw that damn werewolf in there, and it fucking
Hydra comes out.
just starts sinking down. The rain is just pouring. You know, the cracks of lightning and blasts of thunder like nearby. Never seen a storm like this. You don't think it's going to be cutting out anytime soon.
Son of a bitch! I hate being wet. I go back inside. I try
So
and
while
get a
he's
room.
outside, what are you guys just doing?
I'm being weird, and I'm just curious.
Shocker!
Shocker! We're all blown away by that revelation.
And I'm kind of looking out the window, waiting till he gets back.
At one point, one of the townspeople, the old man, Nicholas, comes up to you, and he hands Alfarius a small leather pouch of with what sounds like coins in there, and he just we're really sorry, but you have to leave. We hope this is payment enough to make up for the fact that we're putting you out, but your friend is bringing trouble that we can't deal with. You have to go.
All right. I go return the coin.
Okay.
It's not necessary.
So he takes it back, and you can see everybody's kind of uncomfortable. They don't really know how to deal with that kind of generosity, like overall. You know, they feel like they're paying you for the inconvenience, not because they're rewarding you. But he takes the small pouch back anyways.
One last payment. Or some advice to get out of here, then. Keep your coin. We need information, then. Best way to get out of the swamp.
By boat.
By boat?
The fastest way, you take the streams and just take them back. The main stream, you can find your way through and into the lake and dock in Warren.
Dock in Warren. Ooh, that's where Riken wanted to go.
The ruins of the old town. Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy? Yeah.
By using boats and going downstream and getting to the lake, it should cut your journey all the way down. It should be a day, maybe a little more.
Is there any boats we could commandeer, or do you have one?
We have a few. We have some smaller rowboats. One might be large enough for you in your party.
All we would need is a rowboat. Stay small. Ish. Hopefully nothing big gets us.
Most you have to worry about, you already know what's out there. Dire crocodiles, they, for the most part, stick closer to the inlets, to the deeper swamp areas, so just natural wildlife, and you don't want to fall out and drown.
I'll turn to Exodus.
Looks like we need to leave.
Pack up your stuff. We're heading out.
Yeah.
Now,
Why are we leaving so soon? Weren't we going to wait till the morning?
town, drawing too much attention here.
Got it. Probably better if we go now.
We're being kicked out?
Brain asked to leave.
Didn't we save them?
I get in close to you. I was like, I don't think they, as stage whisper,
Stage
in your
whisper,
ear,
yeah. Stage whisper.
Yeah.
You lean in.
I don't think that they know clearly your history with the werewolves. I think you're attracting them. We're lucky that one came into here, but if it went into one of the other houses and killed somebody,
It's a fair point. Let us leave. We'll make haste. We'll get a top or something to put over Riken so it doesn't drown.
They gave us some good advice, too. Cut some time off our journey. They're going to loan us a boat.
Loan or give?
If they ever
Give.
want it back, they could come and get it.
Yeah.
So we're taking it. Sounds good.
But get your stuff. We're getting out of here.
I'll go upstairs and help you gather Riken's belongings. Mine are pretty well packed up.
All right. Mine are pretty much packed up, too. We didn't bring a whole lot. But we do need to get that
You packed
carrot.
up most of your kit and stuff before you went into the wilderness.
I'll go get most of the remedies. I'll go get most of the medicine. And the ingredients.
Should probably get all of it. We're not coming back.
You're not there. It's another strike towards metagaming.
That's not metagaming. That's just me.
Tracks.
Don't worry, you're on light.
Yeah, no.
Previous don't count. I'm fine.
All right. Great.
Got this stuff?
Let's get everything together and... Yeah, I'm going to pull out my tarp that I always carry because I'm amazing, and I'm going to throw it over Riken.
Okay.
Make him a little tarp burrito so it doesn't get soaked.
Yum, yum.
I'm going to need your help searching his room
Absolutely.
for stuff. He usually, like, hides, like, everything. He's like,
You see
he's
me,
weird
you
like
see
that.
me like gently tugging on imaginary gloves. Did you say search?
Yeah, search everything. I'm talking, like, under the bed, in the pillows. Usually he, like, stashes his gold and stuff and all his belongings.
Absolutely. Let's go take a gander.
Yeah, so we will tear up his room looking for any hidey holes that Riken usually... I know he goes out by day, but usually leaves
Sounds like a
giant
vampire,
stash.
except
Yeah,
it's
he
reversed.
is. He goes out by day as he's here. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
we search his room for any of his belongings.
It doesn't seem like he hid anything.
See, that's the thing. It would seem like he didn't.
Because
hide
you guys weren't planning on really staying here, and like you figured you'd be constantly moving like right away. So he didn't really take the time to take the same precautions he would if he was planning on staying somewhere long term, like in the Dusty Dog. But for the most part, there's scatterings of books and some notes and stuff that have fallen onto the ground. You gather together some of his writing utensils and a few correspondence that he had saved. There's really not much. Some trinkets and interesting baubles that he may have picked up like in his travels, and you kind of gather them together into his packs. But most of his adventuring gear is still pretty much stowed and ready to go.
All right.
Yeah.
Gather all that up.
Yeah.
Throw it in his backpack. And
I lay down the tarp and kind of roll him up in it so to kind of protect him from the environment.
Okay.
And then I help you put him on your shoulder.
Yeah, you guys gather him, you take him down to the docks and
walk.
get the boat, and everybody gets together.
Mhm.
You see Lynn already out there with her broom. A heavy fog seems to have moved in already, and the rain seems to be breaking in the early morning as it's taking you guys at least an hour and a half or so to get through it. Get everything organized.
You see all this going down, right? You only threw the body off the pier where we're all...
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I assumed we were leaving. I was
Yeah.
leaving with you, so. Early day, huh?
Yeah,
you
like
guys notice you're also short two people as well.
short two people?
Sorry, that was my jaw dropping. Missing people. But missing people? Who are we?
Well, I'm on the
Oh, yeah. Totally forgot about those little dwarves.
Oh, fuck.
They're not my problem.
Yeah.
We just thought they went on their own.
Wow. It's been a while.
They're in the basement. Basement. You probably don't know. They're probably super welcome. They probably didn't get kicked out.
No, I mean, you guys go back and you kind of look around, but it seems like they're gone. So
Damn.
their path, her path is a very, very different direction than the direction you would be going. She wants to head back. She wanted to head back to her citadel and her home, now that their lifelong journey to get revenge against Grenda has been completed.
So it's good to have a happy ending.
And her brother was super ill, so they needed the healing words or advice of a cleric or somebody of that nature.
Beat meat.
But they seem to be gone. All their stuff is gone, and they're nowhere to be seen.
Well, it looks like it's time for us to leave.
Time to go. Gotta go back to Greencrest. Gotta go do things. And I'm excited of being on my room, not being down there.
Mhm.
I'll keep watch. Does anybody have like a light source or anything so I can be like a guiding light?
One of us did.
I have torches. Like, what good adventurer doesn't have torches?
What are you talking about?
Well, the torch and the
Oh
light.
shit! Out of game, Luthok had the drift globe, huh?
Oh, right, you did. We got all the loot after Luthok died.
Yeah.
Luthok didn't go down with loot.
Yeah, he
That's
did.
true.
Well, he went down with some loot, just not
He
good.
went down with a quick
Not the
loop.
good loot.
Not the good
Well,
loot.
then
That's
I'm
what's
gonna
important.
go over to
Plus
Riken.
one sword's not bad to have at level 5.
I'm gonna reach into Riken's pack and grab the drift globe out.
Okay.
It doesn't require attunement, right?
No, it doesn't, as far as I know.
So how do you work this thing?
You
I
go.
come down, I swoop down, swoop.
You see me lean in and whisper nothing because it doesn't need that. And then
It does.
goes. Oh, never
It actually
mind.
does. It needs a command word to be spoken.
Wow!
Whispers.
See how in character I am. I lean in and whisper, and the orb glows, and now it illuminates the boat.
That's funny. It doesn't need that. It's like one of the items in the game that doesn't need that.
You don't know it needs that.
It's like 10 items that require command words.
So do you want to keep it on the boat, or do you want to keep it for me so I can guide through the night, well, through the afternoon?
Morning. It's
Morning.
Morning now.
Oh, it is the
You
morning.
guys packed up, and they said you needed to leave. They didn't say, like, leave now. You know,
Oh.
they gave you your time.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like, leave
Yeah,
now!
they did. They wanted you to leave as
Yeah.
soon as possible, but they weren't trying to get rid of you in the middle of the
Banished.
night.
Your boat's
you know?
packed.
Yeah. All your shit's already there.
What?
Get all your shit. Get into a bag.
Well, since there's a
get
fog.
in, you get out.
But since there's a fog, I think,
Heavy.
I can have it. Heavy.
Dense fog.
Dense fog. I
it-
can lead us the way. I'll go above.
It just kind of floats.
Yeah, it just floats.
It just floats. It doesn't work the way you think it does.
You can carry it on you.
I pull
Because I
out.
know you're going to be zipping around.
I pull out someone by a string, and I like wrap string around it.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Oh fucking hell yeah, I do.
Is it like those like balloon walking dogs?
27.
It follows you. It floats. Someone look up drift globe for you.
Well, I've already tied this knot. This is how it's happening.
DM's guy's right there.
I tie it and I go, here, put this
DM's
on.
guy's right there. Drift
I
globe.
wrap another knot in a broomstick. See now it follows you, but
I'm just wondering if it's as quick as she can move on that fucking broom.
and that's why I tied it to the broom. I'm pulling up drift
I don't
globe
believe
right
it has any speed restrictions. It just says it floats so far up in the air and follows you.
Yeah,
Follow me,
Mhm.
set
That's-
me free.
now. Okay, it's not what I put, but I'll take it.
I'll get you in your drift globe too.
Yeah.
Can't
Fucking A,
Yeah,
Dylan.
that smells like a new book.
Yeah.
It does, because it is.
I just clap my armor heels together 3 times and wish myself back to Greencrest?
You could try, dude. Anything is possible.
Anything
Drift
is
globe.
possible.
This small sphere of thick glass weighs 1 pound. If you are within 60 feet of it, you can speak its command word and cause it to illuminate light or daylight spell. Once used, the daylight spell can't affect until next dawn. You can speak another command word and it turns off. Floats no more than 5 feet off the ground. The globe hovers in this way until you or another creature grasp it. If you move more than 60 feet from the hovering globe, it follows you until it's within 60 feet of you. It takes the shortest route to do so. If prevented from moving, the globe sinks gently to the ground and becomes inactive, and its light winks out. So if I wrap string around it, tied it to her broomstick, could it follow her?
Says the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It follows.
It follows you anyways. Doesn't
Yeah,
it?
Yeah,
it just
it
follows you.
I was
But
just
it
saying,
won't
But
die.
it follows, so it doesn't lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just go through the fog.
well then I'll just,
Well, you already activated it. You spoke the command word, so which spell did it use for the day? You can turn it off, but you wasted one of its properties.
daylight.
Daylight.
Yeah. So,
So it can't use daylight till the next dawn.
Hang on.
Daylight or light? Which one? Light.
Daylight. Rock this shit, dude.
Yeah, it's daylight.
Fucking daylight.
How's the daylight spell work?
Oh.
It's like 120 feet of bright light or some shit like that.
I try and find it first.
A 60-foot sphere of light spreads out from a point.
Yeah.
You choose within range. So the sphere. The sphere is bright light and sheds dim light within an additional 60. If you choose a point of an object, you are hold up, blah, blah, blah.
So 120 feet of light, 60 of bright, and 60 of dim.
And the daylight spell is different than light because daylight dispels darkness.
Yes.
Daylight.
Daylight. All right.
Daylight.
There is a dense fog. I will lead the way.
And so now there's just a really bright, dense fog.
You ever turn your brights on in the fog? Doesn't help.
I can see the shadows now.
It's like turning on your brights in a snowstorm.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead so they know that.
But the old man, Nicholas, he drew you guys a very crude map that showed basically where you need to take the split in this this section of rivers and like riverways and stuff to get back to the lake and cross it.
And on that, we're in the boat.
Yep.
I'm on a broom.
So you guys sail out.
Can I sail
How
out
far
too?
ahead?
Rowing.
No, because you're not on the boat.
Can I sail?
How far
on?
ahead are you flying?
I'm going to fly 60.
And how close to the ground water are you going to be? Or the air? Because there's trees and stuff. I just want to let you know that you're flying blind, basically.
In this one.
You're saying that's all right? Okay. I'm just making sure.
I'm going to be like 10
Because I don't have to feel bad if you get clipped by a tree branch.
I'm going to be 6 feet above. Like, here's the boat. Hear me. Just a little ways ahead. I would say about 20 feet ahead.
Okay.
I'm only like a Goliath's height.
So 7 feet?
Yeah.
8 feet off the... Just a number. It's okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
12 pig heads.
12 pig heads high.
12 pig heads.
Yeah. You're about, I don't know, 180 squirrel pelts in weight.
A squirrel pelt is
Hi, Coro.
a pelt
It's
is
it's the skin and fur of a squirrel.
Oh.
That's what a pelt is.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's the outside.
Oh yeah. We venture on. I will be very careful
Okay.
because I will see the shadows.
No, you won't.
Just see the fog.
I mean, I don't think you understand how fog works.
I've driven no fog. I'm alright. I've done this before.
You're
It's
good.
just like me driving.
There's no
Fine.
lines on the road.
Yeah.
There's
Water.
There's
Okay.
water.
Yeah. So here's the real question. You can be 20 feet ahead all you want. How fast are you flying? Like,
Yeah,
are you
that's-
maintaining a 20-foot like gap?
Yeah.
She's drifting.
Like,
I'm
yeah, you're just kind of drifting in
Yeah,
there.
I'm not
and-
going to be too far away from them.
Okay, I just want to know.
I'm going to keep the same pace they do.
It's like Tokyo drift, but foggy bottom drift.
You're just gonna be flying along, and all of a sudden,
You want to race, bro?
Run up to other fucking people on brooms.
all you hear is,
You know what's funny about that is you start breaking down other people's fantasy settings, and you know that happens in fucking Harry Potter.
Wow.
There's illegal fucking broom racing league. I know there is.
They're all more like riced out with like tinfoil and stickers.
you know, one of them doesn't have a broom; it's just got like an engine in the back.
These are the things we ignore so that our favorite fantasy settings work.
Do you think someone's added magical nos
So-
to their broomstick?
You guys start heading down the rivers
Yeah.
using the basically the lanes and trying to navigate as best as you can through the fog and trying to look for landmarks and keep an eye on the show as it gets later and becomes easier to see with the daylight. The storm it's still overhead, just the dark clouds, but it's not really raining anymore. It's very light drizzle. It seems to be coming down. And you just keep going. A few hours, 4 or 5 hours, fog breaks. A little bit of daylight's breaking through the clouds overhead. It becomes easier for you to fly and for you to see. And eventually that split comes, and you follow the map and take the choice according to what he wrote and drew for you. Yeah. You use your little things to remember the heroes left. Yeah. And you eventually break out of the Trollclaw Mires into the to the lake. The dense weeds, and using a large stick, you kind of make sure you're not hitting bank or going to run aground too early. You can see on the very far end, on the other side of this massive lake, this massive body of water in the central vale. You can see the ruins, gently, the parts of the city that you've already been to once, just kind of poking out. The pillars and frames of some of the buildings long abandoned, burned down during the Orc Wars. The lake is fairly calm and gentle. There's no unnecessary rocking waves. There's wildlife, small pockets of grass, deep tules and grass in the water in sections along the shoreline. You see ducks and birds and various wildlife nearby flying around. By the end of the day, you hit the dock where you first found that old man and his daughter and tie up the boat. And then we're going to take a break. All right, everybody, we're going to take a quick 15-minute break, and then we're going to be right back.
Intermission, if you will.
We're going to take this little intermission, get a little snack or something. But thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. If you've enjoyed what you've seen so far, I think it's hilarious. Tonight's gone so far. These are some of the best negotiators ever.
Yeah, right?
You guys are super convincing.
It's like, just give me something to latch onto so I can hop with you guys. Oh, yeah, we're spreading disease and good murder. And
good murder.
It's like, I'm a liar. I trick people, and I deceive them and rob them. It's like,
be my friend.
Be my friend. Be on my side, and we can rob and trick people together.
Yeah. That's exactly what I think.
Be on the right side.
But that being said, don't forget to drop us a follow. Tell everybody about it. 500 followers, we're doing the giveaway for the limited edition core rulebooks for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and then you'll be getting a set of kobolds, a full set of custom kobolds, 3D printed from a great artist on Thingiverse. And you'll be getting some adventuring minis with that, enough to build a party and go on your way. You get some dice as well. Not for free.
Kind of for free.
For a follow.
For a free follow. Costs nothing.
Cost you nothing.
And
then as always, feel free to come back, hang out, pay attention, share it with your friends.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll be right back in about 15 minutes or so. So hang out, and we'll see you soon.
So is this where we put a brief message from our sponsors?
Yeah, a brief message from our sponsors, which is nobody.
Slots open. If anyone wants them.
Yeah.
Hey, Coke's a great brand.
Yeah, Coke.
Bam!
Coke's great.
Yeah.
Hey, don't say it's great until they pay us, all right?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No free advertising. That's the advertising to come.
Stop.
Yeah.
You two just don't negotiate. You're done.
We'll be back.
Hey, we got you on the boat.
Look forward to it. Snacked it up for a minute.
Hi.
So we got a host joined again by my close personal friends, people I love watching, which you guys should watch when you're not watching us, is Dadbod D&D.
Hi, Dadbod.
Manapod Studios also gave us a
Who?
host
And Manapod
too.
Studios.
Thank you, Manapod
Again.
Studios.
Appreciate you guys a lot.
Yeah,
We're
we
like
really do.
homies.
Yeah, we're all like homies. I've been a little off of social media here. I've been focusing a lot on a different D&D, a different setting set in sci-fi as opposed to fantasy. So, been hard at work at other things, but got back on Twitter for the first time today in a little while. Started doing some stuff. I actually think I commented on something about D&D
They all
the
had
other day. By the way,
Cinnabon.
guys, go ahead. Anybody who's watching us, follows us, you should go check out their content. Check them out. They do the podcast on Thursdays where they'll just talk about whatever random subject that basically we have set for the day. And they're on their second live campaign, I think. Second, yeah. The first was Tomb of Annihilation, and now they're doing Waterdeep. They're playing in Waterdeep. So, go ahead and check them out. It's a great group of individuals. Also, make sure to swing by and check out Legends of Evantris, and also check out Menopause Studios. And Dice Priori, we host them on a regular basis. They play in person, and they're a fun group of people to check out. I like Dice Priori; they're funny. So there's plenty of D&D out there for everybody. There's no limit to the amount of interesting homebrewed and modules that you could find to watch people play through. It's a great time to be like a serious nerd in our culture.
The best.
There's some interesting stuff out there, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
There is a bunch of
The
stuff.
trouble is like keeping up with all of it. Like I got like so many podcasts I'm listening to at work, and it's
Well, that's what my whole point is, that like there's no end to the flavors. There's a podcast that I've listened to a bunch of times called Lavenly, and that's a really cool setting. It's when it comes to like unique settings, and that's one thing that's kind of a dime a dozen. It's like, I know we all love playing in it, but like that traditional Western fantasy feel of what we're all used to, what we would call traditional Dungeons and Dragons. It's great. Lavenly has a very, very Fey, Jim Henson-inspired setting. It has a very much like a Dark Crystal vibe to the world, with like crystal forests.
Isn't that coming to Amazon?
No.
Well, I thought there was like a puppet show, a puppet thing called The Dark Crystal.
Okay. Yes, The Age of Resistance is a prequel to The Dark Crystal, and it's coming to Netflix as a series.
See, I knew I was right.
Man, you said Amazon.
yeah, they're in competition with each other.
Yeah.
Still.
No, Lord of the Rings is coming to Amazon. That's what I'm excited for. Game of Thrones is almost done. And as far as I'm concerned, Game of Thrones is nothing compared to what Tolkien wrote and built in his world, and will always be the standard for fantasy.
I saw there's a new like Tolkien movie coming out,
Yeah.
like about his life or
It's a
something.
biopic. It's about his early life.
Oh shit!
And then,
I just saw it like today,
Fun
first
fact,
time.
for those who aren't aware, that new show that's coming to Amazon, that's Lord of the Rings, that show is, they can spend $1 billion on it.
Yeah.
I feel like Gandalf. The Age of Thrones is coming to an end.
Speaking of, what is this, Sir Ian McKellen said that he is going to be revising his role as Gandalf in the Amazon series.
Gandalf!
So, that's going to be great.
That experience.
And that
Also,
moment,
yeah.
and that moment.
Also, from what people assume, Hugo Weaving will come back as Elrond, and Kate Blanchett will come back as Galadriel.
Lewis.
And so we'll, what's his name?
And they're talking to, what's his name, about playing fucking Legolas.
Legolas!
Because Legolas, I don't know if you guys know this, is like 2,000 years old in the events of the Lord of the Rings.
So Gandalf, jeez, Gandalf's old.
Gandalf is as old as time.
Yeah. Him and 5 other bros.
Because they're not humans.
Rose before hose.
So, that's what I'm saying. Lord of the Rings, look, I appreciate Martin's writing and what he created, but it's very much very basic compared to what Tolkien built in Lord of the Rings. It really is.
Threw down the gauntlet.
But, I mean, that's not a bad thing. A lot of people have compared their writings to one another, and even Martin himself has said, like, yeah, I'm a fan. It's wonderful to be compared to the standard of fantasy writing.
Yeah. Once like, there's times where you compare yourself to certain things, but then there's like you get on that a similar playing level where it's like, no, you're actually getting compared. You're not just insecure. You're being compared.
Yeah, you are being directly compared. Game of Thrones is great, and it's fantastic. There's a lot of good stuff to it, and it's definitely written very, very differently. One's a heroic fantasy about the good guys overcoming evil, and one is about how terrible human beings can be to one another. They're very different objectives, you know? And as we all learned, sadly, in last week's episode of Game of Thrones, very powerful bad guys are just that. They're just boring, powerful bad guys. But enough about us. Let's get back into D&D. So, as you guys... Alfarius takes the boat, cinches it ties it up good. to the
Sure
dock.
do.
A nice strong wind has seemed to have has kicked up, and for the most part, you seem to have outrun the storm as it's moving in. But those dark clouds and the rain shadow behind are making their way, and they'll be over Greencrest probably within less than a day or so. They'll probably hit you on foot traveling back from the ruins of Warren to the town. But the water's kind of kicking up and it's choppy. You can hear the wind as it makes howling and strange noises hitting some of the ruins of the once major city hub of the Central Vale.
Creepy.
Yeah. The dock creaks and wanes underneath the strait in places. It seems to even kind of shift the weight of all of you there at once. The Dragonborn snaps a plank, drops into the water. The water splashes as it hits the break on the side of the dock. You see the stairs that lead up and over the top. Riken is sleeping, still muttering in his sleep in that strange language. You look around. You don't really see anything that you can use to make a stretcher, but you do remember that there were wagons up above the last time you were here.
This place seems...
You get a very unsettling feeling being here.
Just feels weird being here. Given Reginald's not willing to come out. And he likes the Broom Adventures. But what? Are you familiar with this place? I've never been here before.
Sure am. This is where some of it all started.
Some of what started?
Our troubles
Our success.
and our success.
I feel like there's a story there that
Sure
you're
is.
trying to get to.
Nothing that I would bore you guys with right now. Do I see any dead bodies around?
No?
Good. I don't need to explain myself. I mosey on up the pier. I'll haul Riken over one of my shoulders until I can find.
All right. So as you kind of crest up to the open streets in the courts area, looking down at the ruins, down the main avenue that you came to this very dock from once before, there's not much. There's nothing more going on here than there was the last time you were here.
All right.
It's all empty. The building's crumbling, falling apart.
Any of the carts still there?
Yeah, you see one. It's a small enough cart for maybe just him to ride in, get pulled behind him.
All right.
I wanna-
Need a cart.
I'm going to follow up behind Alfarius. And when I catch him without Tweedledee and Tweedledum around, I assume I follow him up towards where the cart is.
Yeah.
Do you?
Oh.
You want?
Yeah,
Yes.
Alfarius, I need to speak with you for a moment.
Yeah.
You hinted at possible dangers. If there's threats, you hired me to come along on this little journey. You need to let me know if there's danger. Something you are aware of. Obviously, if something happens, but if you know something ahead of time, you need to let me in.
Back down there at the docks, we ran across the carnage of what we thought was the first Hydra attack in the area. Then going back towards Greencrest from here was a couple ogres. Or were they trolls? I can't remember.
Shoulders.
Yeah, it feels
Ogres.
so. Yeah, it was ogres.
Ogres.
It feels like so long ago. They both smelled the same.
Well, I should, since I'm on this journey with you, I'm going to cut it straight. Your other two friends, I don't really know what to make of them, but if half of what you guys are talking about is true, and I pull my collar down, and I say, I'm from the Conclave of Eraldune. Conclave of Eraldune. I'm a blood hunter. And as I say, Eraldune, my war paint bleeds down and forms a 3-pronged circle of like a barbed plant. So it's like a tattoo. Seemed to activate when I said the word.
Blood hunter.
I hunt things like the undead, that werewolf you saw back there. So it made sense to come along.
I've heard of blood hunters. Sometimes Paladin orders team up, take on a task. What order are you from?
Oh, Veraldune. That is my conclave.
I lean in close so nobody can overhear. But what path do you follow?
That's neither here nor there. I'm here for a mission.
Awkward silence. Ooh, you know what? Intimidation check.
Yeah. Oh.
Intimidation check.
All right.
It's a 19 plus 2, so that's a 21. Would you like to do an opposing intimidation check against me? As we stare down.
I guess I'll do one. If it's on my skill list. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, I can't beat that.
Oh, you can't beat it?
I can't beat a 21 in opposing intimidation check.
I give you that stare. I know what's up. You also looking back at me, you know what's up. You see the mark of Taylor on my chest. If you have any experience with paladin orders, you also might recognize the chunk of iron hanging around my around my neck on a chain.
That's just it. I have experience with paladin orders. They don't really take kindly to blood hunters most of the time.
And that's exactly why I want to know what path you follow.
The path I'm following is the path you're walking. Right now we're on the same side. It's not a matter of enemies or blasphemy. It's about getting the job done. You asked me to come along. I'm just being straight with you the way you were being straight with me.
I like that. I like that a lot. I can appreciate that.
But for now, that's between you, me, and that sandbag you're carrying.
Dead weight.
Dead weight.
The other two don't need to know, and I imagine if they even found out, they'd probably blab it to everyone that would listen.
Best to keep it with me for now.
I'm so excited that I have the ability to heal other people.
Same here.
Watching you suffering will do me great joy.
Will I tell you in time?
You'll find out.
I don't know nothing.
Yeah,
I just feel the
you'll
urge
find
to-
out.
I know nothing.
So I'm still on my broom. I'm flying around. I want to do a perception check
You can do whatever you want.
What are you looking for?
to make sure there's no danger and that we're the only ones. Animals, wildlife, okay.
Okay.
But, you know.
Make your roll.
Ooh.
You spot all the danger, which is 9.
25.
Solid roll. Solid roll.
I'll
25.
buy it.
From above, though, you do see what looks like to be like some sort of small camp, a pitch of tents over a large ruin nearby, near the center of town, kind of maybe a half a block away to the left.
Stripe soup down.
Seems to be abandoned, though.
So who... Now, since everyone's grouped up here, I'm assuming Thalen's going to come up shortly. Relay that.
So you guys finished your conversation.
Yeah.
You throw Riken in the wagon.
Mm-hmm. Go up to the wagon. Relay that. Small camp.
Any fires?
Any fires?
No, so it looked abandoned.
No, look abandoned.
Cool.
Is it on is it on our exit path? We really need to stop and investigate every camp or group of people. We're never going to get to Greencrest.
Is it on our exit path?
No, it's not on your direct
Oh,
path,
no.
but there's very little of most of the city left, so you probably will be able to see it through the ruins.
We'll see it on our way. But it looks abandoned.
Sometimes it's best to address threats when they come. But you're in charge here. It's up to you.
Priority 1 is getting the remedy for skin rot back.
I say we make haste.
But if they're not at the camp and it is abandoned, then they're somewhere else. Keep an eye out.
Of course.
What time of day is it?
Time of day? It is left in the morning. Past midday.
Past midday?
Yeah, like maybe 2, 3 p.m.
All right. So we'll keep moving.
Question: do these carts have horses?
No.
And we're pulling it.
We're just pulling the cart. All right.
It's like a hand cart, or not like a hand cart, but
It's like a bale cart.
Yeah, like what would be a
Oh,
single
okay.
horse
Okay,
cart.
I'm thinking like
No, not
Western Express
wagon.
cart.
Yeah.
You're thinking wagon.
Yeah, I'm thinking wagon. I walk up to the garage. Do you know what garage is? Isn't it a monster?
Yo, isn't it that flour you put on rolls for the farm?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that
Sorry.
what garage is?
I have no idea. I'm gonna be honest.
Those are
with
called
you.
corsages.
Oh, okay.
That was the
I
joke.
thought
I'm
it
glad
was
you got it
flour.
because you laughed at it by accident. But you laughed. No,
That would be funny though.
yeah, wouldn't it?
I would like one.
Yeah.
Followers would like one.
Just pin a carriage to your chest.
A barrage of barges.
So-
Anyway,
Either way, so you guys get everything together and you start heading out of town towards Greencrest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy enough to find your direction there. The mountains, the gray spires up there, covered in a light dusting of snow from the storms that have been coming through, that have been almost drawn from different regions to here to center over the Tower of Night. You make your way, the wagon, the small carts, wheels bumping over debris in the road, and every once in a while you have to pick up a larger chunk and move it aside. The ruins just dead silent, only the sound of the wind passing through it. You see, as you get up ahead by a couple of blocks, you look out over to the south, like the southwest, and you see the tent, this lone tent. It's flat, getting blown constantly by the wind, just hitting the side. Seems like it's a single pitch tent, maybe meant for 1 or 2 people. It looks like there's some sort of desk. Doesn't have anything on it. It was maybe meant to hold logs or research logs or something. And you see the ruins, the outsides of it, the large building at one point. You see the large symbol, the place where it would have been resting, where they removed and tore down the sigil of Parathor and moved to Greencrest when the original temple was destroyed.
are we downwind from the tent or upwind?
You would be downwind. Upwind from the tent. Sorry.
Upwind.
You're upwind from the tent, yeah.
So they're smelling us.
Mm-hmm.
It smells lovely.
And you move out of the roads and into the wide grass plains of the Central Vale. This sea of grass moving with the wind being pushing, laying it out. Following for more or less the same trail that you did the first time you came here.
Yeah.
And as night approaches, in the evening, you find your way to the old ruins, the place you first made camp when the storm, very similar circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
You took shelter from there.
I was gonna vouch. We should camp here. It held up last time in a storm.
That's been a long time.
Very well. This cart's getting pretty heavy. Maybe you should check on your friend. Healer.
Well, he's mainly the healer. I can't heal.
I thought
I'm like Tar healer. But I will check on him.
Okay.
You could have just said, please. And thank you.
It's not really of consequence to me whether your friend rots to death in the cart. It just seemed logical. Your friend should thank you for looking after him in his compromised state.
Now I go check on Riken. How's he doing? How's the little buddy Riken doing?
He's still out. Still muttering in his sleep.
Kind of go into my pocket. You see me grab like this like green goo, and I just put it over his head just to, cause he was sweating, right?
Mm-hmm.
Still is.
Yeah. So I'm just putting it over his head, kind of like a little bit of a coolant thing, just to hope that he's good. He'll be fine. You got this. for just a little bit more until we're back to Greencrest. You'll be happy you didn't have to walk it, old man.
Yeah, old man.
I'm gonna make a perception check, or it could be an investigation check. I know Riken's been muttering this whole time. Has he been repeating himself or making any sort of phrases? Anything that I would have recognized?
I have no idea.
No idea? All right.
Just some language you guys don't know what it is. None of you are really familiar.
Let's get started on the fire. It's going to get cold tonight.
I'll set up my tent.
As you guys set up your tents and a small fire, you can see the storm is moving in. You hear distant thunder, and you can see the lightning, the flashing in the distance as it gets closer and closer, darkening the sky, blotting out the stars. In that dim, fading light, you see a herd of elk crossing the grasslands not far away, just galloping outwards, maybe 50 to 60 of them all together running across the plain towards the north.
Would I know if that's unusual, or is it because they're scared of lightning?
I don't know. Would you?
They're just scared of lightning.
Inform us, Druid.
Which
Tell
would
us
mean-
what's
which
going
would mean
down.
what? Yeah, tell everybody what's going on. What are they doing?
The elk is running from the lightning. It's probably bothering them, so that's why they're going. There's quite a large money, but nothing we need to worry. Do I still feel this bad sensation? Okay, just at that area. Okay.
Yeah, well, they are simple creatures. Loud noises and the like. Makes sense. How far out are these elk?
40 feet?
No, 40
I thought
feet.
you said 40 feet.
No, I said there was about 40 to 60 of them.
Oh.
Big old herd.
There's a herd of them. Herd of elk.
Tasty elk.
Yeah, tasty elk. I don't know, maybe about 200 feet away or so.
We should be safe from here, not getting trampled.
Mm.
It's been a long day. I'm hungry.
Yeah, Riken's usually our cook.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't know what to do now. I'll be honest, I don't know what to do, Riken.
You have abandoned us.
You
We
have
don't know
abandoned
what to do.
I guess
Very.
Well, you guys have dry store rations and food, and plus you've all cooked before. I mean, you served in the military. You
It's
know how
not
to
the
cook a
same.
stew.
Like, I guess we eat dirt.
Same with you. No, we eat dirt.
We eat dirt.
Well, I wasn't suggesting that I could feed myself. I'm going to find a place to sit down and start mowing down on some grub. Crappy, tasteless grub. It's good that it has grit in it. It helps with the digestion. It's like a geese, how they eat rocks. It's basically the same thing.
Stone's endurance. Live jokes.
Oh, shit.
Wait, I have to ask.
Yeah.
Do they eat rocks?
Oh, you tell me. You know what's up. You're
No,
the
out
druid.
of character.
Yeah, you're the
No,
druid.
out of character. Do they really eat rocks?
What, geese or Goliaths?
Geese.
Yeah, some
believe
birds
so,
eat
yeah.
rocks, yeah. Helps
I
them
don't know about
digest.
geese.
It's not like
Sorry.
rocks. It's like sand.
Pebbles.
Like
Yeah.
little. It's not like they walk up to a big freaking rock. You know?
Have to
Yeah, it's
ask.
pecking at
Have
it.
to ask. Sorry, everyone. I really needed to know. Which
Mine-
explains why throwing rocks at them never helped when I was younger.
Mind
Okay.
you, they can't eat a lot.
Most things in the world don't respond well to every
Yeah.
rocks thrown
Yeah.
at them.
Dude, I see her taking that knowledge and going to like a lake and just start throwing rocks at them. I'm feeding them. They don't get any benefit from eating the rocks. It just helps them digest other stuff. And rocks is a very generous term.
I imagine Amanda walking through the woods and seeing a cougar and throwing rocks at it and going like, well, my domesticated cat doesn't see the mine. You know, like...
Tap castle on a string.
Yeah. She's like, why won't it play? It just as it's mauling her, it's like.
Hey, it's 2 socks. Thanks for the bits, bro.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. We
2
appreciate
socks?
it.
Appreciate you, lads.
If you want to catch up with it later, it'll be on YouTube later this week, or you can catch it as a video on demand on Twitch.
On what day does it get posted, Mike?
I don't know.
It gets posted every night on Monday nights.
So every Monday night?
Every Monday night you should see it posted up and ready for viewing sometime after 10 p.m.
All right, there you go.
Cool.
We also have all of our previous episodes on YouTube as well, so go ahead and check out our channel. Either way. So, did you guys settle down for the night?
Mm-hmm.
You eat a quick-made stew of scavenged wild carrots and some radishes and some of the various different meats and such that you guys have had and you're stored in your packs or brought from hunting on your lone travels. And you settle in for the night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I gotta ask. Like, I haven't really seen you in action, but is that guy really worth dragging across the countryside?
Mm-hmm.
Not if you ask Lulog.
Riken's interesting. He's good to have around.
Yeah, but is he helpful?
Yes.
He's our scholar.
He's our banker.
Oh.
He's the one with the brain.
It's like you guys gotta slap yourself together to make a complete person. He is the brain, he is leadership brawn, and then, I don't know, crime.
Crime.
And a lying silver tongue fancy lad here.
Thank you for the compliments.
Never seen him have a silver tongue. Phelan, pull your tongue out. It's not silver.
It's a turn of phrase.
You feel this massive hand just...
This is not the first time. You're like,
It's very comforting.
It is comforting. Thank you.
Yeah, we're... Okay, I'll take your word for it. I'm just here to help out.
Trust me, when he's back up again, he'll say some interesting stuff. It'll inspire.
Oh, a rousing speech can encourage someone to accomplish great things, but it takes the potential within.
Well, you and him have a similar... I was told this is the term for money. Like, you guys both love money, so we'll get along real good. Ain't that right, guys?
Yeah. One time, as I leaned back in my bag, I saw Riken blow a goblin in half from like 50 feet away, like a bolt of magic.
Oh, so he's a magician then. And that makes sense. They tend to be frail. It's not uncommon. Having to use magic as a crutch. So what's your deal?
Me? I'm a storyteller. I prefer to write stories and tell them from time to time, but if you were asking about my combat prowess, I'm good at dueling. I'm a finesse-based fighter that uses magic to my advantage when it comes to bardic traits, basically.
Oh, so you're a one-on-one duelist type. I can respect that.
In combat, yes. And then every now and then I'll make shit explode with my voice.
Just don't ask him to duel with wits.
Fuck you, Necro. I fucking eat you.
Yeah, that's strike one.
Well, I'm sorry. I just remove a level, I guess.
All the enemies got slightly weaker.
You went from omnipotent god to semi-omnipotent god. And there's things you don't know now.
Yeah, I guess so.
Wait, does that mean we don't know because he doesn't know? Who knows?
It's a
Nobody
mystery.
knows now.
Somewhere in the deep, dark recesses of the internet, someone knows.
But yes, I am a bard. I play instruments, I tell stories, and every now and then I cast a spell or two.
Well, that makes sense why you would have the wherewithal to try and face off against a werewolf.
Chances are I'll be facing off more than one, honestly.
Yeah, you mentioned that you're being hunted or something.
A long time ago, I struck the leader of their pack. A long time ago, when it was striking my master down. As you see me reach up and untie my braid, and you see a rather vicious scar running across the length of my head, and you see the white hair stems all from where the scar is. So the entire, from where the scar is, all down is white hair.
So, you don't have the affliction then?
No, my teacher, he is a bard as well. He is more versed in it than I am. He cast Greater Restoration to remove the curse.
No simple task. But these wolves, they've been hunting you for a while?
They're hunting me, my master, who is currently in Marseille, and a friend of his other student.
No. Not trying to insult you, but just a man of your perceived capabilities. I find it shocking that a pack of werewolves hunting them has managed to last this long.
He's waiting. He's being patient. To my understanding, he's waiting for the right time to strike. He's going to strike us.
It's a big world. It's a big world.
Right over my head.
I just took time to find you.
It's not as easy as just putting your nose to the ground and finding people.
That's actually a good point. Fair enough. It's probably taken it this long just to find me. And it's probably going to find Casey and my teacher, Geralt.
You give them a heads up, confirm they're still among the living.
When we get back to the town, I'm going to send them a letter. Letters.
From the sounds of it, I wouldn't worry about being converted. Sounds like they want to consume you all.
Oh, it wants to kill me through and through. I prevented it from eating Geralt, and it now is after me.
Well, I do have to say, with the experience I've hunted a couple werewolves. You have a lot to be afraid of, considering it's taking its time. They're not really known for their impulse control.
This one is intelligent, and it terrifies me.
Yeah, as well it should. Well, this should get interesting. I hope it's like one of those things where they come one at a time, or else I might not even be able to help you.
You could start by helping us getting our weapons silver lined. Lined with silver. I'm just saying that better be a fucking coincidence.
Well,
I swear to God.
hold
Was a
on.
pack of elk?
What?
Hold on.
Werewolf elks.
Dude,
They turn from elks to werewolves.
Dude, I was not ready, dude. That's a fucked up creature. Just like, oh, this elk is idiot. Looks at you.
Well, no. It's nighttime. The sky is lit. It's being blotted out now by the storm coming in, but there was just a herd of elk moving across the plain.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
But yeah, so a very coincidentally, a very uncomfortable howl of pack of wolves nearby.
Creatures of the night.
I try and listen a little more to see if I can hear.
What, their dialect? Okay. Are you gonna go out and look for them or something? Like look up?
No, I'm just listening.
Okay.
So I want to.
Now you listen as they continue to howl and move off into the distance, and then silence.
It's not
Nothing but you hear the sound of an owl nearby, maybe somewhere nesting in some hollowed out tree. But mostly it's just crickets at this point.
Honestly, with werewolves hunting you, I'm surprised you don't already all have silvered weapons. That's like first line of defense.
It's a new development.
I thought they'd been hunting you for some time.
I found out they've been hunting me for a long time the other day when I ran into one.
You just let you know.
Yes. He let me know that its master's hunting me, Casey, the student of my master and myself. His name is Geralt, and we are all being hunted. He found me, and he will find them. And he said he will wait for when I am weakest.
Wow. Yeah. Definitely not your standard simple werewolf spawn.
No.
But unfortunately, as much as I'd love to help you out, this was issued to me. It's not something, I'm sure you can find some smiths along the way that know about silvering weapons.
I would like to roll a history check to see if I've ever heard of anyone issuing out silver weapons. Any orders.
Selling them?
Or no, issuing them. He said he just got issued a silver weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know if that sounds familiar, if I've ever heard anything like that with a history check.
You've never met a blood hunter before. You have no idea. They're especially secretive and protective. People don't know much about them, how they operate.
Interesting. Cool.
Normally, they walk the world alone or in small groups, and they work for money.
Interesting. It's interesting that you were issued a silver weapon.
I like to call it a gift. Kind of like when your mom gives you an extra pair of underwear, just in case.
I wouldn't know that.
You have something you want to say?
Oh, yeah, sure. If I knew I was going to run into werewolves, I would have got one from the order.
Well, now we need 4. Well, Rikens counts, so 3.
Our Smith in town should be able to take care of it.
Hopefully, we just need more silver.
She was able to make my armor, or refit it for me, especially the tail section, as I show off my tail section of armor. Very fancy. As I'm laying down, my tail just plated. That's right.
It's a custom job.
I'm keeping this tail for a long time.
You can see that the craftsmanship is old, maybe last century or so, but for the most part, it's a fantastic refitting and rework of an old set of armor.
That's a fine piece of armor there. A lot of the times, I've seen people with special needs, such as yourself, they don't even get... They make their own holes in their armor. So.
Yeah, and I'm like, popular belief, as I look at the group, tails don't grow back. Once I lose that bad boy, it's gone.
Only lizards.
So, you got that from your paladin order?
Oh, I got this armor set from a swell gal in town. Trust me, we making a stop there again. I'm talking repeat business.
Bristons.
I'm trying. I haven't pulled up her name yet, but
yeah.
Well, that's actually...
She'll get that armor.
At first, I thought you guys were a bunch of kooks, but obviously you're making enough money to order some fine craftsmanship such as that.
Actually, yeah, the armor me and Riken are wearing was both fashioned by them. Mine is a bit of an older style. It's something that was taken and forged a little bit, forged quicker.
You seem pretty knowledgeable about werewolves, but I'm really surprised you don't wield a magical weapon since you're talking about being a bard and casting spells. I'm just honestly surprised you haven't had something enchanted, especially with that kind of money.
Hannah.
Again,
her father, Briston, owns and works the smith.
Again, on our way to Fogbottom, we ran into the werewolf. From there, we went to Fogbottom, killed a hag, and saved the village, and we were heading back.
Oh, well, sounds like you answered your own question there.
It's a recent development.
Oh, I see what you did. You tried to trick me. Well, you kind of tricked me.
A little bit.
But it's common knowledge. Werewolves and all that.
You got any other questions for us three?
I have some questions, but I think most of them will be answered as time goes by. Not to mention, it's like, I'm starting to get the feeling there's something to what you're saying, given the scar and such.
How much experience does your character have with Dragonborn?
Probably not a ton.
Probably not a ton?
Yeah, probably not a lot.
What does your character know about him?
More generalities, like of their country and their stoic nature and things along that line. Like outsider's perspective, he's not like live amongst them, learn their ways, or anything like that.
And he hasn't actually this whole time. Neither one of you have mentioned the fact that Theolin's a half elf.
Maybe he doesn't know.
Maybe he doesn't care because he's not biased. Like Lou thought. You're the opposite of Lou thought.
Oh my god.
You're so polite. You haven't even mentioned our player rates.
It's quite pleasant.
Oh, I just
No, he's fucking rude.
I called you a fancy lad.
I took it as a compliment because insults are amazing.
Hey, you wouldn't be related to Iron Hand Abe's, would you?
No, I'm not.
All right. I know Graves and Aves are kind of close. He's the reigning champ in Emrath wrestling.
No relation. You guys have some interesting perceptions on. So, oh, you're a Goliath. Oh, you know this other Goliath. Oh, you got a name that sounds similar to this other guy.
Well, you ever been to Emrath?
Not really. Mostly skirted around the outside.
I know only a handful of Goliath. None of them personally. They all come for the competitions.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with that.
Emrath is well known for its physical sporting events.
Yeah. Well, I meant the Goliath
Oh, the Goliath?
that you were talking about. So, no. I don't really have a lot of extended family. It kind of lends itself to being an adventurer.
Oh, damn shame. I wanted his autograph. I was hoping you had it in. I really looked up to
I didn't know where that was going. I was like, oh, where's this going? This is cool.
Well, I really looked up to him as a young dragonborn.
I don't doubt it. It just... I'm sorry, we don't talk much about your past. We talk about the old and well, how not to die.
I just thought I had it in.
No, unfortunately not. But if you see me do something great and you want my autograph, I'll give it to you on the cheap. Does this one ever
She
ease up?
You know, you would be proud as I point to Riken, unconscious, or perhaps sleeping very well. Depends on how you look at it.
You're getting a good rest.
Yeah, you get the long rest.
So long rest.
Long rest.
Those long rests you love.
He's really been working with Elaine here on her social skills. She's come a long way.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I don't like talking.
I know you said you had a friend who was a Goliath, but were you like raised by wolves or something?
No.
Gentle jab.
I was orphaned. I was actually saved by a culty. He taught me and made me enhance my abilities, which was one with nature. And I can do stuff as many other druids can. Well, still in the process of, but I've done many things to help out this group. I tend and look out for the wilderness and the wildlife and nature. So only on certain occasions do I go out and mingle with others. But usually I feel more at ease in the wilderness. Me and Reginald.
Well, I guess that explains a bit. Orphan girl raised in the wilderness. Makes a lot of sense.
Well, raised by Calty.
By Calty.
Calty.
How did, you mentioned you died? Like, what happened there?
It was his time.
What? Oh, he became, like, useless or something? He couldn't take care of himself?
Well, that. But it was his time.
Yeah.
Lethana, right? I'm sorry. Make sure I have my deity correct.
It's been a while. Please forgive us.
Yes.
No, Lathana's not the goddess of death.
No. Lathana, the black elf. Lathana.
Okay, but she's not the goddess of death.
I know she's not.
You want to know if it's her time or not?
Yeah.
It was this time, and I was just.
No, you don't know. Explain.
Just start crying.
He was getting older. He got wounded in a combat, but it just caused him to get weaker and weaker. Yes, I wouldn't want to say he was old. It was just his time, and he became one with the world. I made sure, because of nearby areas, that he doesn't return. And I prayed to Lathana that he would go on with his nature's life, because we love Lathana. We look up to her. Actually, it sounds like we had an experience with her earlier. Ain't that right? Well, I didn't see it. There was a, and I get closer. There was an incident where Riken, bless his soul, but Riken had killed an innocent horse. So because of that, Lathana was not happy. So you have to be courteous to your companionships with nature. Just want to make sure you know.
And so Lathana came down and was affected Riken?
I didn't see. They saw what seemed to be described as her, and Shal, our good friend who was come and gone. Was pretty much
Another missing part, remember? Sounds
well,
bad.
he returned to Greencrest ahead of us.
Are you sure he wasn't pulling your leg? He talks about stories all the time.
No, that's not Shal.
No, I
This
meant
is Thalen.
you pointed at them and you said they saw.
Yeah, they saw too.
Are you insinuating that I would dare fabricate such a story?
You introduced yourself to me as a profound liar
I did not.
and weaver of stories.
Yes, I weave a story. A good story takes sustenance. It takes real life actions to create a story, damn it.
Yeah, like you were in the woods and then a god came down.
Shh. I didn't say it was God. I said it looked like the semblance of her god.
Shal.
It also, made a mini tornado and leaves went everywhere. Every tree shook. The weather changed. Then I asked if we should talk about it. Then Riken said no, and then everyone else ignored it until now.
Sounds like Riken's a lot of trouble. Dragging him around, offending
This is the time to
deities.
drag him through the mud. He can't defend himself.
And worse, he has his friend lying about him.
The friend that he saved over another friend.
I didn't lie. I'm not lying about him. You're the one lying about him.
I did not lie about him. All my stuff is true.
Everything I said was true.
No, we're not lying. He's lying.
You're the liar, though.
I'm not the liar.
He
I am.
thinks you're the liar. I don't know if you get this.
You're the Dragonborn. You're on my side here. You're my friend.
You literally told him, and you're my diplomat, that you were a liar.
You're like,
I
hi,
don't know
I'm
if
a
you-
liar.
I don't know if you actually are my friend.
I manipulate people and spin webs of lies and stories.
Of course.
Hello.
I trusted you to hire people.
We just need a simple job.
But I don't know exactly what it was, but it seemed to be some shape or form of her god, whether it was one of her acolytes or something or not. We do not know.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry about your friend Goliath, substitute daddy.
He was much like a father figure to me, but not daddy.
Father. Whatever.
Papa. That's what I called him.
Papa.
Papa Calty.
Papa Calty.
Papa Couty.
And he had a very fine jaguar companion too. He was very fun.
Can I ask what it was that injured him? As you're proclaiming what a strong Goliath he is, it makes me curious.
Well, I did not know where he went, but from what he had told me, he tried going back to his tribe. Stuff happened, he came back. A little injured, a little weaker.
But why? Why did he even go back? You tell me, you give me answers, and all it brings about is more questions.
I wish I could answer them, but this is Calty's adventure.
I'm really hoping that...
He doesn't tell me much.
I'm starting to hope that all this is just a bunch of crap, and I don't have to remember this stuff. This is a lot of work. This is a job in and of itself. Like, let me kill some stuff, all right?
Do you know why your mother likes certain foods?
No, I don't.
Do you know why...
Let's ask all these personal questions. Hi. Hi, tell me about your mother. How's your relationship?
Well, I'm just saying that as an example. I didn't know so much about Calty. I never asked him why he left for a while. He just said, I have to go, and came back. What the
He
heck?
hurt himself. I saw it flash before my eyes.
He keeps sticking his glasses in his eye sockets.
Bring your eye to me.
They're glasses, not contacts, you dummy.
You got a hot ember in your eye.
I don't understand what the fuck just happened.
He's not used to wearing glasses yet.
I took it off for a moment to kind of like read a bit, and it spun back and was like wham! Like
Glasses, not
Somebody
contacts.
clip that if you can, please.
Yeah, please. Oh,
No.
you know what? If people like our stuff and we ever have people clipping and making a montage, it's gonna be all of Mike's injuries. That's gonna be one of them.
you just can see.
Either way.
But yeah. But no. I really like talking about mothers and fathers and family. We're here to do a job.
I don't like it either. I never knew them. They abandoned me, is what I've been told. So I get it. I understand.
Make me feel uncomfortable right now.
It's okay. Well, I know I can't reach him all the way up there, but you know.
He's sitting down.
Yeah, I'm sitting down and eating.
Well, I still don't feel like I'm tall enough. I'll put my hand on his hand.
Either way.
Either way.
A physical gesture of kindness has taken place. This social transaction is now complete.
Cookies will be awarded to
Frankenstein's
you.
body
momentarily.
touch and body language
cookies.
is essential to getting a point across.
Well, you don't really look that tough, but might have toughened you up not having your parents around to baby you.
I have other companionships other than humanity or that Dragonborn.
I do.
Anything. I have Reginald. I have all the other friends I've made along the road, like Set.
God, all this time later.
Seth? No, I do find something interesting. If a Goliath was your father figure, you seem, what's the word? Really soft. Like, you're not like big, strong, hardened. You're doing all this touching.
Oh, that's where you're wrong. I've seen a Lynn. Face of all danger. I've seen a griffin swoop down from the sky, grab one of our pack horses. She was the first one off the cart. Fearless.
I'm not a grand fan of griffins. They think they can just take what they want, but that horse had friends and families to get to.
You're an interesting character. I think I'm gonna turn in for the night.
You see Thalen open up his book and say, "This is an amazing line. I need that." And he waves his hand, and the ink begins writing itself into my book of his line as I continue writing.
Book of lies. All right.
Buckle up.
That is
Big Book of Lies.
rude.
It's the title on the front.
Book of lies.
Book of lies.
But they're based out of truth. All right, they're based out of truth.
Based
We
on
were
a
in the
true
woods.
story.
Every story has truth in it.
I will take first card.
Question before you fully go. Do you still have that cloak?
Yeah, I do.
Can I have it?
Would you like to switch off every other day?
Sure.
You're like a 5-year-old splitting a
You get it
bike.
today, I get it tomorrow.
All right, here you go. Enjoy it. Make sure you tune to it.
We'll spend the next hour tuning to this cloak.
All right, well, you take first guard then.
That works.
Because then I'll go to bed. You waste your hour.
I will do first hour tuning to the cloak, and then the rest of it will be watching everything as it happens.
Okay.
Taking a proper good watch, as taught to me by...
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah.
We'll see what your role has to say about it.
I'm going to wear this.
You notice I'm oddly sleeping like 15 feet away next to a tree stump. Like, just in my cloak on the ground.
I scoot closer.
I bet you do.
It's not bad.
I taught him so well. I taught him so well.
You taught him better than like the 5-year-old that one time.
Wait, what am I supposed to add to this roll? Nothing? It's a perception check. There we go.
Wow, it's been a long
Yeah,
time.
it's a perception check.
It's been a while. I don't know. I was like,
What are you looking for?
I'm on watch. What do I do? 17.
17.
Hi, Tips.
17.
It's dark.
I see you.
But you don't see anything else. You don't hear any of the elk or wolves. Don't seem to come any closer to investigate.
Yeah. And then I'll finish out my watch and then probably head over to... Oh, shit. Who's next? Him. He's next.
Yeah.
Whoever you wake up.
I definitely walk over to Alferis. I just...
You see him clutching his bag of gold,
Yeah.
nuzzling it.
I have it just under my jaws, but just under that soft part of my snout. So I can smell it. Smell gold.
Yeah.
I gently tug at my gloves and I go... and then I go wake him up.
Okay.
All right.
Squirt's on the bottom right.
You pass on. Good
Alright.
perception check.
Absolutely. Ooh,
Yeah.
+1, so that's going to be a 12.
It's under our social
That
media.
goes just fine.
All right. Next up, I'm going to wake up Alin. I will go
Perception
over.
check, please.
Yep.
For the last watch.
15.
That's pretty good. Wisdom is your casting modifier, so I hope
Plus
it's high.
7.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh.
Yeah. No, did just fine. You stay up and eventually see the sun break over the range of thunder. To the
Range of
east.
thunder.
So it lights the valley to the best they can before finally eventually disappearing into the clouds as the storm had rolled over you in the night. Not raining, but just moving onwards.
I go wake everybody up.
Okay.
All right. Get up, pack up, make sure Riken's still alive and breathing.
Ah, he's alive.
All right, don't got to bury him yet.
Damn.
Throw him back up in the cart. Again, see it on the road.
All right.
So eventually, after a couple of hours, you guys find your way to off of the overgrown main. I guess that would be a main road to Warren. You finally make your way to the primary merchant road and make your way across to Greencrest. As you approach the town, you see that in your absence they have built a great deal of defensive fortifications and defensive works on the outside of the town, facing the north towards the Tower of Night. They put barricades and dug a trench and built fighting positions on the inside of it. And it seems to be a great deal of motion in the town, as it looks like they've properly what would that be? Mobilized all the town militia and guard, the few hundred soldiers that they can muster together.
Well, shit, doesn't look the same as I left it. Maybe there's more to what Liarface is saying than I'd like to believe. We should get on the other side of that defensive line. It's always better to be on the inside.
That's true. Jab Game of Thrones.
There's not lines of troops on the outside.
No.
waiting.
No, there's not.
There-
The catapult's inside or outside?
Well, they're not happening.
But if they did, where would they put them?
On the inside.
Just checking.
Yeah. Out of range where they're useful,
Stare intently
where
at
they
that
can continue
camera.
to just fire.
Are there any bowmen on the wall, or are they all in the center?
No, they're. You can't really tell from how
I'm
far
kidding.
away you are.
Yeah, we're jacks.
Yeah. But either way, so you make your way back and come in, and they let you pass. They put down this little handmade, quickly built log bridge, and they just kind of roll the logs into the trench, and you guys can get the wagon across, the hand cart across it.
Oh, it's the wagon.
And then they go back to immediately getting them out and getting into position.
Cool.
It's manned intermittently by groups of individuals who are on watch. And then as you approach town, you could see that there was a riding patrol that was hitting the very edges of the tree line near the town. But for the most part, the town's empty. Everybody's inside. Streets are quiet. You don't see many people out. Only people in the market square. It's very minimal compared to the amount of traffic you're used to seeing as you come in. You guys want to go back to the Dusty Dog?
I'm going to go to the mayor. I'm going to go... I would think it would be at the church is where they're doing a lot of...
The healing?
The healing, yeah.
Probably. Mm-hmm.
I will head to the church.
Okay.
I need to start assisting with the skim rod. If you guys can just let them know that I'm here. I'm just going to, deliver the batches over there, assist them, let them know how to create it with all the ingredients that we've had, just to get this going.
Well, I guess mission accomplished. Got you back to Greencrest. Less danger than I was suspecting. But it is what it is.
No bonus. What? 50 gold is 50 gold.
That's true.
I'll give you
Hey,
50
man.
gold.
Pay the man.
And just cuz dig it off of fucking Riken's pockets.
Pay him mentally.
Take out his gold pouch. What's he gonna do about it?
Take it out of the party fund.
He's a scholar. What's he gonna do?
Yeah, never mind.
Oh, my schoolyard bully. Give me your gold money.
Give me your gold.
Give me your
You're big enough.
Give me your adventuring money.
Hand it over.
No, I need that
Bye.
So Lynn splits off and heads towards the Temple of Terrowyn, and then the rest of you head back to the Dusty Dog, or you escort them to the Dusty Dog, I guess.
I escort them. Make sure no harm shall befall this group of adventurers. Mm-hmm. They're under my sworn protection.
Just sound like a shame tree.
No.
They're under my sworn protection. Under my sworn protection. I was raised in the faith, molded by it.
Anyway, so you pass through the market, which is for the most part mostly closed down. They have some of the stalls. There's people kind of going to, but it's very collected, and it seems that they've already started controlling food distribution and where it's going. You can see that the small fort that sits near the road that you take up to go to the mayor's estate. The whole thing is locked down. You can see the soldiers up on the ramparts and all preparing or keeping a lookout into the dark. The Dusty Dog come up to the front.
Mm-hmm.
You take Riken out of the back and go inside.
Take him to his room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's it like on the inside?
Empty.
Empty.
Even
nobody.
There's nobody.
Where they're all at.
I'm starting to think that there's something. They suspect something imminent. Maybe we should go talk to somebody, see what's going on, like specifics or why they have all this guard up.
Let's throw Riken on the bed. And sounds like a great idea.
Well, if we put him up in his room, I don't think anyone's going to bother him. Look, there's no one around. It's probably going to be fine. Either that, I would just drag him all about town, but I doubt that's any good for his condition.
We'll hook him up in his room.
All right, I help you with him up the stairs.
Yeah, we'll go up to right in the room.
Okay.
Pick a room, any room.
And Riken
his room.
Yeah, Riken would have his key on him.
Yeah.
I'll search him. I'll find it. go in, we'll hook him up on his bed, again on his side, and then we'll get out his canteen and whatnot. We'll set it on his bedstand.
Let's take the key with us and lock it behind us. That way, if some ghoul randomly finds its way in here, it's gonna at least have a little bit of a barrier.
All right. Make sure his window's closed.
Yeah.
If it's got any of those wood shutters, we'll close those.
Yeah. Yeah, so you close it up.
When you go to talk to people to figure out what's actually going on here, I know you paid me, but I'm kind of curious, so I'll come along too.
I kind of lean into Alfarius. He's falling into a trap. Stage whisper. The trap of adventure.
Do I hear that? Are you sure? I have advantage.
You do. Oh. Ooh.
I do have advantage.
That's such a... I do have advantage.
I have advantage on perception hearing.
No, because you're being polite enough not to enter someone else's room that you don't know.
Oh,
So
I didn't know they were in the room.
While they went in there and they're having this conversation, putting Riken away, closing his shutters.
Okay, fair enough.
So you're not being an asshole.
Yeah.
You're being a friendly giant.
Yeah.
I hate to. You make it real hard to be your friend sometimes. But...
It's glorious.
You do, don't you? Justin and I agreed on that just today.
All right.
But Mike makes it so hard sometimes.
All right.
I
so
wait
you guys can
politely.
All right. And we're going to lock the door behind us as we leave.
Mhm.
Next up,
To the mayor's.
to the mayor's. Or at the very least, we can go talk to the captain of the guard.
Yeah.
Eladro!
Eladro. I
Eladio.
That is not.
Eladio.
Eladio. I was like, Eladio.
Yes, let's go say hello to Eladio. I want to see his face when we all return. I want to see if it changes.
We didn't all return.
Yeah.
Out of character question. If we're going up to let's say Eladio and I want to focus on seeing if his face changes in any way or if he has
Inside check.
Okay, thank you.
Inside check.
Thank you.
All right, we'll lead the way. You know all these folks.
Where do you want to go, Alfarius?
Ooh, let's go to the barracks.
Let's go to the barracks.
Okay.
I'm gonna head to the barracks to try to talk to Eladio.
We're gonna use what I would call the chain of command. I'm gonna give the captain the benefit of getting the information.
I feel we need to go talk to the mayor now.
Oh, no, that's wrong.
But we're heroes.
We are. And Eladio would much appreciate it. And if you want to earn
Let's
some
go.
favors,
That's it. Yeah. Unless he wants us dead.
Out of game, just because it's been a while. I hope this doesn't count as metagaming, considering my character's dead. I'd also like to remind that when you guys left Greencrest with your help, that was going to assassinate you. So that's still an element. I just wanted to.
Yeah, that's why I said if he's not the one that wanted to kill us.
I see. All right.
They're also dead now too. Eaten by ghouls. It was terrible. Broodmother feasted on their flesh. We had no choice but to kill them.
Yeah. Anyway.
Terrible, terrible things.
Okay, so you guys leave the inn and head over to the guard post. They recognize you right away and open up the gate and allow you to the inside in the center court. They have a bunch of young men in there, some of them boys, probably only 12 years old, 13 years old, training with bows and trying to, terrible. Missing targets left and right. No chance whatsoever of surviving any kind of real fight coming forward. But they're going to put everybody that they can into the fight. So eventually you make your way past that and you head to basically the officers' quarters. And they let you in and you head to the back room where you've had conversations with the mayor, his wife, and Eladio before, his private quarters where he was staying. And you knock on the door and the mayor opens the door. He sees you. Oh, my friends, you're back. How was it? Did you find what you needed
We
and
did.
make it back?
We did. We found.
Did you bring it with you?
Yes, Alin is currently in the temple right now, administering it, spreading it about.
Oh, thank the various gods. Parathor is truly kind enough to get us through this then. There's been widespread outbreaks in some of the poorer quarters. We've had to seal many people inside their homes and hope for the best, as the priests are only capable of slowing down some of this blight. I had to issue a proclamation that people were only allowed to leave their homes through certain parts of the day, so as not to risk spreading it further from those who come into contact with the skin blight.
Has he let us in, or?
He's having this conversation through the doorway with you. Basically, the door is open, but you guys are standing on opposite sides of the door frame.
I use my large frame to look up and over him.
Huh?
Is there anybody else in the room?
No, you don't see anybody else in there.
But it would be Eladio's office.
Yeah. It looks less like an officer's quarters now and does more like living quarters. You know, the mayor's had some of his things moved in, like a new writing desk, one of his nicer ones, some of the stuff from inside the house. And going over this, you remember that his house was partially destroyed by your guys' so he wasn't living there anymore.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Not us. We no.
Fight you had. I didn't say by you. I said the fight you had.
Oh, I was going to say, like, the Servant of Death was like, BAM!
Listen, you don't have to try and spin doctor things for the DM.
Yeah.
No, I'm just making sure that people at home understand that we're the good guys. And don't just blow people's houses up.
We're the good guys.
The heroes.
Come in.
Well, can we come in and sit down so we can talk about this?
Kind of looks behind him. I'm sure. Sure, you could try to fit in here if you want. He goes over real quick, grabs a couple of chairs, and moves them off some of the smaller ones. Most of them not designed for someone your size or your size.
Oh, I don't take a chair. I just pop a squat.
I sit happily.
After you come in, and then you go in, and then this Goliath comes in afterwards, and the mayor's just gives you this look like, man, you guys change party members too often. You know?
Oh,
He's like, listen, this isn't Divinity Original Sin. You can't just drop in and drop out. And who is this individual? Should he be in here at this conversation? Most of the conversation we're about to have, I would consider fairly sensitive information, and I don't know who this individual is.
For you to introduce yourself.
well, it's sooner than I'd like certain people to know. I pop a squat, so I'm more towards his level. My name is Hargraves. I come from... God damn it, Amanda.
There's that damn owl again. I thought that thing died with that other character, Callista.
Volio, too.
But no, my name is Hargraves, sir. I'm a blood hunter. I hail from the conclave of Eraldune. And as I said, I show him the tattoo as it lights up. I basically got picked up as hired help.
He seems unimpressed. Actually, a little disgusted. You can read it on his face with you.
Yeah.
Bloodhunters don't all have the best of reputation around the world, around the realm.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm bigger than him. I can beat him up.
Happened upon you and saw an opportunity to make a quick few gold.
Yes and no. One of our party members fell. Luthok, the champion of the expedition.
I just assumed he was with the other party members. I noticed that your strange magician friend isn't here either.
He's recovering from some injuries. He might have got sick in the swamp.
I see. Don't drink the water.
Yeah, don't drink the water. Don't drink the water at Fog Bottom.
Yeah.
Luckily,
There's parasites in it. Swim up your urethra.
Luckily, though, blessing itself, our graves came by. Right in the nick of time. I've seen a little bit of his abilities already. Honestly, I'm impressed with what I've seen outside. We're gonna need all the help we can get. I leaned in close. I was like, children? Really?
Well, there have been changes since you all went on your quest into the Trollclaw Mires into Fogbottom. We've had increasing reports of activity, and our patrols have been ambushed by whites in widespread conflict, and the mayor of Anvil never made it back, and they've sent message after message to Breathorpe, and all of our scouts and messengers are being met with demise.
Later, the ring. Signet ring from...
Yeah, I reach in and I pull out the Anvil signet ring. We found the mayor of Anvil.
So he comes and he grabs it. And he looks at it very carefully. And that looks like his.
He was set upon by a brood mother and her pack.
More undead.
Yes.
Yeah. How far out of town was it?
Only a mile or two.
That was, how many days ago? 6?
Yes. We were in...
6, 7 days ago. Ran across them.
Well, this probably just helps confirm suspicions I've had of individuals and scouts or traders living within the bounds of Greencrest who are feeding our enemies information of some sort. It probably explains why they set upon us and probably just missed us all together at our meeting at my manor, but managed to try to almost get me. But it seems as though they got their targets after all. We had an individual who reported that the anvil has fallen to the undead.
Wait, all of the anvil fell?
That's what they say. They reported apparently the travelers had been coming from that way and heading home from here on business and saw the city on fire from the distance. And what about the men that was sent with you? Did they perish as well? Maybe fighting these undead that you found at the mare?
I look at various...
I don't say anything. I keep a straight face. No, I can't lie. You know that. It's on you.
Let the diplomat lie.
Yeah.
The liar.
Yeah, the liar lie.
As the Goliath leans in. No.
Liar face.
Just kidding.
And out of character, he said that he basically admitted that people were some people
So business with the faceless killers. A note meant to die.
Yeah, I'm just debating if we should... out of character, because I want to talk this before I do anything.
It's too late.
No.
It's right now.
Don't do it.
Do it natural. Do it live.
Don't do it.
Yeah, he just said that he had suspicions that there were spies and traitors within Greencrest feeding the enemy information.
I don't want to make sure I heard that before I went on, because that gives me...
And he is the one who insisted that you take the men with you.
Fuck.
And?
Sorry,
You're not there,
I was
Metapro.
deciding how to talk about it. When we found the mayor of Anvil, there was a pack of ghouls and a brood mother. They tore past us, and we defended as best we could, and the men fell and died in battle.
It's too bad.
They were good men.
Tarvik was a skilled fighter, a veteran of the Orc Wars. His insight into the battle and the movement of the troops would have been very useful.
If we had him during our events, Luthok might have lived.
Where it seems whatever force has been mustered against us is sparingly using their undead, and seems most of the ambushes and such seem to be being carried out by goblins and orcs. Matched together, those having been killed have been adorned with the symbols of an oath.
Oh. We saw a pack of orcs about 2 days into our journey, being led by, was it 1 or 2 minotaurs?
It was 2, I believe. No, it was 1.
Was it 1?
1 or 2. It was a couple minotaurs. They were all going towards The damn tower.
Probably a part of the force that was arranged to sack Anvil. Without the mayor arriving to warn them of some of the information, they wouldn't have had their guard up. The city would have been easy pickings for not understanding what was possibly being arrayed against them. There's nothing that we could have done. The men that were supposed to follow you had a secondary condition to move on to Anvil to acquiesce into actions the city was preparing for defense, but since they never made it there, then... the city probably never had time to prepare.
Said they only saw the city in flames. Doesn't Anvil go deep? What about the mines?
Mines have been empty for years, as far as I understand. News that not many people know outside of myself and the mayor of Breathort. It was a well-kept and guarded secret. They ran out of gold years ago, apparently, and have been living off of fraudulent accounts and books and maintaining the appearance of a thriving city so as not to panic its residents, but they're bankrupt.
They could still be down there, though.
They could be. Possibly. And maybe if we survive this and win this war, we can ascertain as to whether or not anybody did survive or flee.
Well, that's what we know. What have, what's happened since we've been gone?
With our patrols being ambushed and people dying and fighting outbreaking along most of the region, we attempted to secure goods and pass and trade to protect that coming over, which will most likely need in order to survive any sort of conflict or prolonged conflict, but this isn't a walled city. If it falls, it falls, and most of the people here will flee to Breathort, to another walled city. But I'm assuming with the lack of messenger and communication getting through, it means that we're surrounded on both sides. We don't have many allies. Really no allies at this point.
Then what do we do?
We fight, and we die, or we fight, and we live.
Now, fairies, we know a back way in.
And where?
The tower.
It's more like an escape route, not really a back way in.
And if we can use that to get into the tower, and we can dispatch LaFay, maybe we can weaken their forces, send them into disarray.
Those are real long odds. Listen, I'm no assassin.
Neither
I'm not suited for sneaking into fortresses and towers and getting around all over elite guard and killing something that's there and not there, that has a form, doesn't have a form.
But what choice do we have?
We can stay here. We can keep helping these people as we have been doing. Teach them how to fight the undead.
Either way, a fight's coming here. It doesn't matter.
It's not uncommon for. It's probably right. You're being circled. Best way to bolster undead forces: take out smaller towns. To get a bunch of dead, you make them undead. Quick way to build an army.
Plus, even if we do take out the Countess, all these orcs, goblins that have gathered, they're not going to disappear. They're all ready for an attack.
But we'll cut their forces.
Cut like one person out.
I'm hoping it'll do more.
You're more than willing to try. I think it'd be suicidal at this point. First, you have to circumvent the wall and the city in which the tower sits in the center of. Past all of the sleepless undead. And then climb the tower.
You know,
A difficult task for even the most skilled of thieves and people that I couldn't imagine anybody doing this. A full frontal assault is the only way to take the Tower of Night, which requires a victory here, which requires allies, and it requires troops.
yeah,
This fight is well upon us. They've sacked Anvil. It should only be a few days before they continue moving their army through the Vale, taking all the territory that she can. At least that's what I would do.
I don't know how much of a skilled magician you or your friend Riken, who's currently out of commission, so it's not really doing much good anyway. But if you're talking about taking on a countess that has a vast undead army, you know, that's a profound level of power you're going up against. Might be rash to dive into the heart of her territory in the middle of whatever troops for lack of a better word, abomination she's managed to amass. Then say you kill her. Her undead are set in best chance they might, fall, but most of the time, when magics are controlling undead, once that magic's gone, the undead are still there. They're just wreaking havoc.
Was there a chance that undead would turn against the army, if the orc and goblin army?
Significant chance. Mainly because the undead, especially the non-intelligent ones, still attack anything that moves. But armies, wild animals, whatever. The intelligent ones, they might have their own agendas now that they're not being manipulated. So simple skeletons and zombies are the least of worries. Brood mothers are a problem. Definitely a problem, and who knows what else she has.
From what we've seen, most of what we've been skirmishing and fighting, the orcs and goblins and minotaurs are mercenaries bought and paid for, more than likely with the promise of murdering, killing, and rampaging through the crowns, taking what they want to take back to their tribes and their holds. They hold no real loyalty other than that to conflict. They could technically be turned, maybe not. The fight's upon us, but I don't believe we're looking at some mass array of zombie and skeletal undead. She's been steadily but surely increasing the number of wights and stronger undead. And on top of that, who knows what she's capable of accomplishing with the power of the Formless One and the Wild Hunt behind her. Might we see them on the battlefield? We're talking about forces arrayed against us that we almost have no chance of withstanding. It's an inevitable defeat.
Hold on, did you say Wild Hunt?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a suicide mission. A fool's errand. You're a fool. You're a fool if that's what you're gonna do. You're already dead.
We've sent message to all of the nearest allies and major kingdoms that we can. Roenheim is in the midst of a feud. The country is split. The king had died with no legitimate heir. They can't come to terms with who should decide. And for the most part, from what I understand, nobody really truly believes that this amassed army of undead is moving against us. It's hearsay and too far out of the way. And the Noth don't have any involvement in this. It's a relic, symbology, and a banner left over from Lefay.
Well, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to ask Alfarius. Any favors you could call in?
The order is too far. I'm it.
I'm not one for war, for conflict. I can do what I can. These are terrifying odds. My one thought is to strike at the heart can maybe save the rest.
What do we know about her and what she needs? Yes, she's sacked Anvil. Yes, the army is arrayed, but why hasn't she not moved immediately? Why not overwhelm us on all fronts. She obviously has the numbers and the know-how.
Because she's still looking for something.
I'm racking my intelligence. She's looking for something in the ruins.
I think she's looking for the Zin stone.
Scars appearing upon my brain. Zinstone.
It's
Stone.
It's the relic that she had when she was with fucking
Oh yeah, I
Trishan
remember.
and then?
Yeah.
That's what I believe it was something that gave her a lot of power or something like that, I think. And then out of character, the mayor's wife was guardian of it.
Mm-hmm. And her little order.
Yeah.
And it went
then
missing.
Had to leave.
And it went missing, and she's looking for it. And our assumption through what we learned, I can't remember because I don't have my right book, that it's in the ruins. We think it's in the ruins.
And there was that camp there as I scratched my brain. And Riken had a friend that was looking for something there too. And Riken was looking for something there too.
And I'm also looking for it as well. I think she's after the Zin stone. And I believe
But
it.
why?
I do not know.
What is it? What does it mean to her? We know it used to belong to her, but what does it mean?
Well, she wants it.
She died.
Well, she wants
People
it. I want
owned her and killed her.
I don't know. This is jumping to a far conclusion, but maybe it's the key to her defeat. And that's why she's being so cautious about it. It's a long
So
shot.
she sends the Wild Hunt to kill me, capture my wife, to learn its location,
Yes. And then she will have...
in order to hide this from everybody.
So, we do not know of her weakness, if that's what this is. Or maybe it's an artifact that gives her power. Either way, she wants
Maybe
it.
she doesn't feel confident without it in her grasp. I've heard that obsessive wizards have strange connections with objects and things that make them feel confident and powerful.
We should.
The real answer is we don't know for sure.
We don't know for sure. We know that we can get to the ruins in what?
If we find it first, though,
Exactly.
maybe she might do something rash.
And give us a better hand.
Well, also, if we find it, how is she even going to know we found it? Well, sorry. If you find it, how is she even going to know you found it?
Will we
If-
leak the information
Intentionally?
intentionally?
We bait her in.
Maybe she comes herself to claim it.
And we strike her.
If it's even capable. Once again, I don't know for... I'm taking the word of all of you together. Have any of you actually seen her?
No.
Has she ever spoken to you or physically manifested to you in any way? Or shown her hand?
Out of character, I don't believe that has happened to me at the very
It
least.
hasn't.
Okay, I just wanted to double check out of character because it is.
The closest thing is Shal's friend.
Yeah.
Who saw her and escaped her tower.
We have not seen her physical manifestation.
But someone has. Nairella saw her.
Yes.
And she described her as what?
Shadow.
Because what she told me was that it's a shadow. An ethereal form, not necessarily a physical manifestation. Something linked to the world, but not here,
Yes.
per se.
That is correct.
You need the advice of someone who's familiar with these arcane arts. You need a wizard.
Who would you suggest?
I would suggest Thane.
Who is that? Let me rephrase that. Has Thalen ever heard of this person? Okay.
Thane is an old friend of mine.
Thane.
Thane. Thane.
Thanos. Got it.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
When we were young men, he left to study in the circle of the all-seeing eye. He came back some years ago.
Where is he now?
Ooh, hold on. All-seeing eye. history check.
Mhm.
Have I heard of this order with an amazing -1 intelligence?
The circle, right?
Circle.
So, 16?
The all-seeing eye is based in Marseille.
Martial?
Mm-hmm.
Where is he now?
I haven't seen him in a year, 2 years, possibly. The last I heard, he was... I don't know. Information is strange. He kind of comes and goes as he pleases. I do know that maybe you could check his family home. It's a small manor west in the woods.
All right.
Across the creek, past the mill. Once again,
That was it. We're dead.
We're dead. We're all dead.
Like a light flashed before my eyes. And a white veil fell upon the party. And we were right coats.
yeah,
The answer comes.
Fucking holy light right there. Just
more tape.
Saving throws for heart attacks. Roll them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be real here. I failed.
Across the creek.
Past the meadow.
All right. Did he have any other friends in town? Perhaps alchemist?
possibly. He did visit with Vana the last time he came through here. What wizard or practitioner of magic wouldn't? She's the sole proprietor of magic artifacts and items in the whole town.
You might discuss it with her, see if she knows more.
Exactly.
And then go from there to the manor. And then from the manor to the ruins.
If he has been here, then he would stay there at his home.
All right.
He doesn't stay in town, and he doesn't really do anything when he's here.
What does he look like?
He's a man. Looks about maybe 10 to 20 years my younger at this point. He's never aged. Wizards have that effect on themselves at times. Dark hair. He'd have a tattoo on his body somewhere, probably. Visible. Of the circle of the all-seeing eye. Normally wears a heavy black coat and a wide-brimmed black hat. Leather would be dusty. Does a lot of traveling. He specializes in hunting down monsters and studying them. Abominations or creatures, things like owl bears and such.
All right. We got a lead.
And we have an army at the doorstep, so we should probably make haste.
You won't find anybody nearby who has any kind of expertise on these than he would on the arcane. If anybody would know anything more intimate or detailed about Zinstone and what it might mean to somebody like LeFay, it would be Thane. He's a powerful wizard.
We'll find him. We'll find out more about this Zenstone. Where's the town seemed empty when we came in for the most part. Where's everybody taking sanctuary?
Everybody's in their homes. They're sequestered to their homes to make sure that the skin rot doesn't continue to pass on from one person to the next.
Right.
As best as we can. As soon as the inoculation continues to go around and the people who are afflicted begin getting cured, we can lift on that and people can try to resume some of their normal lively activities. But we've closed down the mill and brought people in from the nearby farms, and everybody who can fight has been brought here to fight.
The people from the farms, where are they taking sanctuary?
A lot are staying at the temple.
All right.
Some have taken up in residences and homes or inns and halfway houses and we've made room for some of the more wealthier homestead families to live here within the barracks.
Any word from your wife?
I believe she's down at the temple.
Down at the temple?
Yeah.
I know she was going to send word to her old friends that might still be her friends in the order. Any luck there?
We hadn't heard anything back. I wouldn't expect that we would. Whether or not they care to send anybody, who knows? She was banned or expelled from the order.
If the messenger even got there. Sounds like it's been a rough go.
That is true.
But on the bright side, you do have a plan of action.
I agree. I say we head to Vanna, see what she says, head to his home, then from there hopefully find more. If not, I say we just go to the ruins. There's an army at the doorstep, and they're coming.
Our business here is concluded.
And be careful who you trust.
We shall be, thank you.
Yes. If dragons could smile. Yes.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
I make my way to leave.
Yeah, I follow.
The mayor shows you out, closes the door.
As we step out, seems like death follows you everywhere you go. Are you sure you're blessed by a god and not cursed by one?
They're lucky I'm here.
Well then, let's head to the temple. Do we do this now, or do we pick up a limb?
Ooh, we should definitely pick up a limb.
Let's go.
Anything that has to do with outside, woods, creeks, I want to live.
Let's go to the temple.
Yeah, we even seen Eladio?
No.
No?
No. He could be any number of places, though, right now, working on the defenses. Who's your best guess? Could be out training, could be out riding, could be doing all number of things.
Meanwhile, back at the temple, you get an inoculation. You get an inoculation.
During wartime, he almost has more authority than the mayor does.
Doctor.
Doctor.
That's what I'm doing right now, doctor.
Well, it's not instantaneous, and it's not an inoculation to stop it from happening. It
That's
only
a
works
joke.
on people who have been afflicted with the skin rot. And it normally takes a day or so for the symptoms to moderate and clear, and then longer to recover. Like the body, a lot of people lose weight and begin rotting away.
Doctor.
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 Google it.
Google it.
Google it.
All right.
All right.
We make our way down to the temple.
Yeah. So as you guys go out and walk through the training yard and go through the gate, and as you go into the market, you see somebody approaching you, and it's hooded and shrouded and hard to see, but this person starts running towards you all and throws back the hood, and then you see the pointy cat ears, and it's Lumi.
What? No, it's not.
No.
Get out of here.
Until next Friday.
Oh!
That's not Lumia, that's a trick.
Fucking poor Luthog.
Nah, that's not Lumia, that's a trick. She's definitely hired to kill us. I'm gonna be on guard. That's fucking. She would.
By the way-
Yeah, Lumi, you've been under that mountain for a long time.
Completely off topic.
Is she a ghoul? Is she a cat ghoul?
I got
have to wait.
a new
Yeah.
viewer by the name of Tibbs, 1864's really cool guy. I've been monitoring what he's saying. He just thought of something really cool. So, taking the initials of all of our the first letter of each one of our characters' names, it spells Thea, which is the Greek goddess Thea, meaning bright, or the goddess of light.
Ooh.
And
Right.
I don't know. I like it enough that like I looked into it and I wanted. I don't know. My first idea was new party name.
What
Well, if people keep dying off like this, it's just like party name.
Yeah.
Exodus died.
Phelan and Friends.
Dude, you got to understand the perspective I'm coming from. Oh yeah, we're going on as me. Oh, where all those people I send with you go? Oh yeah, they're all dead. What about your friend? No, he's dead too. What about these other people? Oh no, they're dead. Everybody's dead.
Until they rise from the grave.
Back to haunt us, Louie.
Hi!
Interesting.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
If anybody wants to know in the audience about this mysterious cat running up, all you gotta do is check out episodes like 1 through like 10. Then you'll see what the mysterious stuff happened to one of our other party members.
If you've ever watched our intro,
Oh, even
there's a
better.
picture of Lumi
Yeah.
right there.
Rewind this episode, watch that intro, see that cat. It's coming at us.
Well, actually, the body on our page, a couple of us have to go update it because, well, I guess not anymore. Well, you don't. I do. Because it says our characters on our page.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's
Maybe
dead.
I never changed them for a reason.
Oh. We're a bunch of 12-year-olds in a little.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We're
what
back.
Lumi has mysteriously returned. What story does she have? What does she have to tell about where she's been and what's happened this whole time?
In 2 months.
Maybe she brings some nugget of good news, some shred of knowledge that you're trying to put together.
Like a Blinky?
Yeah, like a Blinky. Maybe she found a Blinky somewhere that's very important.
Maybe a little red blinky called the
For all-
Zinstone makes her life great.
For
Or
all
just-
those who don't know, Blinky is a term that Lumi uses for something she really likes.
You ever see
You
a
wouldn't
cat?
think it's gold or treasure, but
No.
Oftentimes it's scraps of paper or string.
Or a red dot.
Or
A
a
red dot. Assume a red dot is bad.
or a vase. Or a vase. Was it a vase or a vase?
Or a garage.
A garage.
Or a
Okay.
barrage.
A barrage of barges.
Yeah, back from the dead.
Oh shit! Talk about
Blast from
a
the past.
just a oh shit out of nowhere.
The Countess would use our closest friends to stab us.
Kill it with fire. Wait, with lava.
Well, more importantly, how did she survive that fall?
She
Nobody-
did.
What happened?
Nobody would have survived that fall.
I guess we'll find out.
Maybe she's a revenant.
I know, she's like, she's totally one of those, like, rights or something. You know, that's all it goes.
She's back for vengeance
Yeah.
against Luthor for dropping her.
Hey, we
gonna be
those
real
of us
short
that were
returns
there
around
know what
it.
happened.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend died.
Yes. Oh man. And boy, is she gonna be upset to hear about Luthor.
oh.
What happened to Luthor? Well, he fell and I left him there. How could you?
Oh man. Yeah, right. I'm be surprised if Ryken makes it out of this arc.
He's sick and dying.
You have other characters made, right, Matt? Because
He conveniently just said he was going to bed.
Oh, yeah, very convenient.
But either way, yeah, it's good times. Hopefully you guys enjoyed hanging out with us tonight. We're back into it now. Had some good story building, some character building. Had to give our new character time to kind of let the audience get to know him and for the party to get to know him a
little bit. It was a little hard.
It was enough.
It was a rough first meeting.
Yeah, really.
Let's be honest.
I think you did fantastic.
I was
You did fantastic.
I was trying to do decent. I was trying to do okay. Trying to be, because one of the secrets to making a character is you want to make an adventurer that, and remember, it's a group game. So, pro tip, well, semi-pro.
Yeah, semi-pro. But yeah, so if you enjoyed what you saw tonight, hanging out with us and just chatting with us and everything, feel free to drop us a follow and hit us up. Follow us on social medias. You can find all the social media links down below. You can follow us on Twitter and everything. Jump into our Discord where you can keep up to date with things like we canceled the last few sessions. We normally put it in the Discord, but we announce it on our Twitter for the most part. So if people are out of the loop or getting left out, you know exactly where to find us for updates on whether or not we're canceling games or running behind or having technical issues. Or you jump into our Discord, or you can just do none of those things and just guess.
and like we made some changes and some improvements and changed some stuff about the show and how it runs through the system. If you have any feedback for that, feel free to let us know.
Yeah.
Thank you to Malachi and
Sieg and Manapot Studios.
And all our regulars.
Yeah.
Shout out to Two Socks for the awesome little itty bitty cheers. I appreciate it. And Tibbs, welcome to the Legendary Action family, and thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, thank you. We'll catch you in the Discord for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, and feel free to absolutely hop in and throw in awesome nerd stuff like the previous comment. We're all nerds here, and there's a reason we love D&D.
Yeah, we got D&D, Warhammer, a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, and Warhammer, and as a matter of fact, one of us is an avid Magic the Gathering player, so I'm sure he'll be checking out your custom commander card artwork.
Oh, I very much will. Ooh,
yeah, unfortunately, we can't just we can't let our fans just post links in the chat, so when you posted it there, it didn't show up. Yeah. But if people want to find it, we're not going to get banned from Twitch if you post whatever nonsense on Discord. Yeah. So, and remember, we're doing our follower giveaway, and we want to give this stuff away. So, as we drill it into you a little bit, I know you get tired of hearing
500 followers, we get the giveaway. You get the core book set, plus you're going to get a bunch of kobolds and some hero, some PC minis, so that you can start running a game right away at your own convenience. And if you already own them and you win anyways, then whatever. You get an awesome set of books with some errata in there, some changes to some of the rules and stuff, the way that they're written to be clear, like things that have come through Sage Advice and such. And
or keep the sweet books and pass off your standard books to one of your friends.
Yeah, exactly. The whole point is play the game, pass it on to people, encourage them to play otherwise, and, we're all capable of doing this and having fun, and that's all that really matters.
There's definitely a culture of D&D that it is something that's passed down from players to other players. So find someone to share that with.
Yeah, exactly. No, it always surprises me to run into somebody who's like, I've never even played D&D before, and it's like...
They think it's just a video game or something.
Yeah, or they just don't understand what it means.
It's a board game.
But more importantly, what I have experienced in my life more than anything is someone going like, I've heard of D&D, I've never played it, and then when they play it, it's just a completely eye-opening experience for them to sit at the table and just have fun with their friends and, and just do whatever.
I come from a different country.
Yeah.
I'll be real here. I came from the middle of nowhere, and this man taught me how to play D&D. It's great.
Yeah, he taught me D&D.
I only watched some documentaries from like the 1980s about the occult, and I was like, I thought I was really getting into it.
Yeah. You're like, oh wow, really? This is great. I've been looking for a how-to on demon summoning.
Yeah, I was like, you insist I show.
It's like I was reading Harry Potter, but then I just went straight into D&D. Demonology.
So feel free to jump in, follow us on follow Legendary Action on our Twitter. Jump into our Facebook, but get into our Discord and keep up to date with everything that's going on, and keep up with the show. Most importantly, we're getting back into the swing of everything. I can see way too many individuals sitting at the table tonight who were yawning and being tired, and that's not the energy that we're supposed to come to the table with, is it?
I will admit, I've yawned.
Yeah, that.
Also,
that's what I'm talking about right there.
But also another thing about the Discord is, like, not to boast or brag or anything, but it's one of the reasons it's there. We've been giving people tips on how we see certain rules working, or advice on how to run certain styles of game, or just like they're trying to put an encounter together, and where do you find certain rules, stuff like that. So, like, we like talking about that kind of stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah, we should all be spending more time in the Discord than
I will be definitely throwing in 2 new characters into my character jar, because today I realized that I had one done pretty okay.
Well, no, don't throw any characters that might make it into the show as backups.
No, characters that I've thought that I've been going through. I have all 3 done now, but the ideas I've coursed through, like, I need to put my demon child, my gorgeous, amazing little transformative demon hunter.
Yeah. It's all kinds of neat stuff like that. Yeah. Either way,
we should definitely make
you can keep up to date with us on that stuff in our Discord. Aside from that, just like to thank everybody who tuned in. We really appreciate it. We do this to have fun. We've been doing this for years before we even got to the point to decide to stream it, and we just thought we were goofy enough and interesting enough that people might actually care to watch us. And there's like 4 or 5 people who really do care. There's like 4 of them out there. You know who you are. Yeah, big love.
Big hearts.
Big hearts.
We appreciate you guys from the bottom of our...
The cockles of our hearts.
Big rectangles.
Big rectangles.
Forest.
No.
Forest has got you.
Circle.
Yes.
The circle.
You're creepy when you do
It's a
that.
square of life.
It's the glasses that make it worse.
Yeah, it makes it worse. That one stray hair,
You give off the Elijah Wood and Sin City vibe, eating people alive. But aside from that, what we have here is Meta Mike, variety game streamer on Twitch. Also, feel free to drop by his channel, give him a check out. He's been playing stuff lately. He does a bunch of stuff, whatever.
I've been focusing on indie games lately because, I don't know, I'm out of major titles right now. I'm a little out of them. And I don't want to go back to Rainbow Six Siege. That place is scary.
Days Gone's out.
I know. I'm thinking about picking it up.
Oh, dude. There's some stuff in the gaming scene. Valve just announced a new VR headset that has like laser tracking and stuff, and full body stuff.
Did you hear what the Oculus is doing now? The Oculus Rift S?
No.
So it's going to be the same cost as the current Oculus. No sensors required. It requires half the GPU processing unit. All built into the headset. Comes with controllers, headset, everything, with brand new 4K built-in screens on the inside. So you can get almost perfect clarity inside the goggles themselves.
Yeah. But yeah, we talk about all sorts of stuff. But yeah, so there's some games coming out.
What Valve should be worrying about is how to make sure that fucking Steam continues to compete with Epic versus making fucking stupid VR headsets.
They're playing hardball, dude. Friggin' so. Epic went to go buy that car soccer game. Fucking brain fart.
Rocket League?
Epic was like, oh, we're buying Rocket League from the indie developer. Not only are we buying it, but Steam's not going to be allowed to carry it, and people on Steam aren't going to be able to play it for very much longer. But if you already bought it from Steam, we'll give you a 10% discount. And so Steam came out and was saying, and Epic's challenging them to match like a 12% commission kind of thing. So Steam was like, all right, yeah, you can do that. Well, since it's not going to be playable on our platform anymore, we're going to give refunds at the expense of Rocket League.
Oh,
at least this is what sources were telling me.
Murray.
Yeah, there's some heavy competition in there.
Good. That's good for the market because Steam has been monopolizing the game download sphere and launching sphere for way too long now. So it's about time they start thinking about how to make sure that PC has the kind of competitive prices that benefits everybody. And developers, more importantly.
Yeah, don't forget, allegedly selling your personal information.
Steam. Really? You fucking take that much out of indie developers when they put their product on your platform? It's ridiculous, man. Get over yourself.
There's servers and all that other stuff they gotta pay. There's arguments to be made for the cost, but.
I guess. Apparently Epic found a way, so I don't see any excuse.
They allegedly sell personal information to Chinese corporations and stuff.
Who doesn't sell?
Who doesn't? There's various investigations.
It's a big deal for Epic to do it, but we do it every time we sign into Facebook. Wow.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. That's a fair point.
That's
partially fair.
Catch more of this in the Discord.
It's a heated debate.
This is us on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah. It's like,
a hot mic for a second here and just hang out and just do that.
One quick thing to bring it back to D&D. Tibbs, as a heads up, we do post these every single Monday night. They'll be up by sometime by 10 p.m.
Most of the time we do.
Okay. I will accept that.
And most of the time they're labeled right.
Hey, you're metacrowing.
Yeah. That's fine.
That's 4! Fuck you, I'm jumping it!
You're metacrowing.
And it'll be up, ready, and fully set up by Tuesday morning is when the latest you'll see it fully updated and ready to go.
You know when you say latest, you're making a promise.
Yeah.
That's why I said
it.
Something else to add, maybe to bring it up to your attention. There are a few people in our chat that was thinking about wanting to buy our t-shirts.
I know, we would really love to, and we would love to justify getting them to you guys and doing it that way, but the t-shirts is
we've been having very inconsistent
quality issues with them.
Yeah, we don't want you guys getting screwed over because a t-shirt company or there's an issue with the printer or the folder, the file or whatever. We've tried various orders and various shipments, and we get very mixed results.
Yeah.
If it was remotely consistent, it would already be up.
I've been the lucky one that has the shirt that does not get in bad condition.
Yeah, we
some of us have had shirts that have gone through like dozens of washes with no flaking and
degradation.
problems. And then there's people who have had put in one wash and had degradation and had.
But they're being washed with the same shirts, so nothing special is being done. Yeah. It might be the fabric.
I flipped mine inside out when I washed mine, and mine's already crackling a bit.
Yeah, and you also got to like tumble dry it. Or hang dry it.
We're looking at a way to get it done, and we have plans in the future to possibly have a patron set up and award people a shirt for signing up for a certain tier of patron, or for awarding people who sign up as max tier subs for a shirt. We're still working on it. There's a lot in progress. And,
what we really want to avoid is you guys paying like $25, like $30 for a shirt or something, trying to help support us, and you're like, yeah, it's a little more than expected or whatever. We wanted to get around the $20 range, but we don't want you to do that and then get a shirt that you're unhappy with. As well, we don't manufacture the shirts ourselves. It's a third party representation, and like our show, we try and represent a level of quality.
Yeah, I mean, and in the meantime. The best way to support us is either through donations or through signing up through like Twitch Prime or through and subscribing to us and helping us out. Like those things go really far, and you are legitimately helping us in the moment with the show, and you're going to get out of it what you're already getting out of it, which is a great group of individuals who are passionate about playing and being friendly and open with you as a community, as opposed to possibly getting a shirt that might go through one wash and then be completely ruined, and we just don't want to put people through that. So.
But I will actively readdress the issue, and I'm going to try and find a better source. I was
going to say maybe try a different source or something. Wow, my voice is going.
Yeah. But I will put some effort towards it, so hopefully we can bring that to you in the future.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
Yeah, possibly.
Maximum effort.
But our first goal right now is that 500 followers and getting you guys that giveaway. This is
for free.
Yeah, it's a hell of a fucking
bundle.
Yeah. I was gonna say fucking quality giveaway.
Yeah. By the way, these aren't the ones we're giving. It's the same one, but yours is still in a box. We're not playing with it.
Yeah, and it comes with the DM screen and some other stuff. So, but we're not playing with the stuff we're giving you.
Yeah, that'd be rude.
But and it's a collector's item for sure, because once they're all gone, they're all gone. They won't make any more. At least not of this version with this person's artwork, which is fantastic. But the book set alone, it's like $130. So,
worth it.
Totally worth it, and takes nothing other than a follow, and I guess showing up the night we do the giveaway.
Yeah. That's really check back in.
Yeah.
When we get up to that 500 mark.
Yeah, because this is for you guys. For sure. We thought of a bunch of different stuff and ideas for the giveaway, and we're like, we really want to reward people who push us to this small hurdle, and get us here. So, but aside from that, I had fun tonight.
I did too. It was good getting back to D&D.
It really was.
I like to get into play.
Amanda's been waiting patiently for months now for you guys to get to this point, so that Lumi could come back. So, good job, Amanda, not giving it away on accident at some point, and continuing to play Lynn, through all this.
What? Well, I guess we'll have to find out next couple weeks or so. But I want to know: is she abandoning? I like her.
We'll see.
I just made friends with Elaine. Dude, you guys gotta keep your party together. This is a fucking mess. I'm just saying.
Right.
So what the fuck are you doing here?
But hang out for a minute if you don't mind. We're gonna go raid. We're gonna toss you over, host somebody else, so you can check out some more live D&D play. We try to make sure it's people who are in person, just because we know what it's like to set up the cameras and do all of this. But there's a few other people that we follow that we really enjoy, who normally do all their playing through Roll20. So we'll see who's on tonight. turn you over to their channel so you can continue the D&D train for the rest of the night. So why don't you stick around, and we'll move you over to another channel. But
Thank you.
thanks for dropping by. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for the bits. Thank you for the hosts. We really appreciate it. We love you all. You know,
Thank you.
Don't forget, check out Dadbod D&D. Check out Legends of Evantris. Check out Dice Priori and Manapot Studios. They have a Pathfinder game that they're running that I like.
Yeah,
It's,
Pathfinder.
I've never played. Well, technically, I've played Pathfinder because I've played D&D 3.5, but that's splitting hairs.
Yeah, it kind of, yeah. Basically the same.
We'll see you guys next Friday, and I hope your week is as legendary as ours is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Enjoy Game of Thrones on Sunday.
See y'all.
We all will.